Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Bossfish Network. I'm your host, and I take excited 80 feet. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello, Edward. Ed, I have a lot of energy tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yes.
So not to be too personal here, Ed, but I've been on some medication for a while for various reasons and things. But what I've been essentially, okay, so let me back up a second. I have been taking Adderall for ADHD and some other things, which we'll talk about on a later date of some sort. But I take it in the morning, but usually in the afternoon it starts to wear off. And so I was prescribed what they call a booster. Okay, this is great Nintendo talk. Sorry, guys. Hey, Dr. Mario, here we go. Just trying to tie it back in.
That game.
Dr. Robotnik's Big Bean Mean Machine.
Okay. Which is what?
Sonic Spinball.
That terrible game.
It's an amazing game. You shut your mouth. But I am prescribed a booster that I'm supposed to take in the middle of the day. And I haven't been taking it because I feel like I wasn't sure if it was really helping all that much, and B, like, I want to be not so dependent on medication for things, just because I don't know, for various reasons. But I finally got the refill on my booster this weekend, and dude, I've taken it 3 days in a row, and I feel like I have more energy now than I think I've ever had in my life. Like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And this is on like terrible sleep because my children decide they want to sleep in our bedroom now for some reason.
Oh,
all the time.
Weekend?
Every day, dude. It's every night.
How did that happen?
Dude, they're kids. They're just kids, man. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
So that's been fun. But also, I don't know. I just got a lot of energy right now, and I feel okay. I feel pretty good. I got a lot of work to do still tonight, but that's a conversation for a different day, you know? So here we are. Here I am, just trying to record a podcast and test out our live stuff, and trying to edit a podcast while we do that for work, which it's edited. I'm just chopping it up into clips now, but I'm trying to let it process while we record. You know what I mean? So like when we're done recording, I can just, what do you call it?
Edit.
Upload it.
Upload it.
Yeah, I'm just chopping it up into little pieces now. And I'm trying some new things. You know, I'm trying to do a lot of things better than we have been in the past or lately, or just one of those. You know, I'm trying to make everything a little bit better.
I messaged you yesterday. That the reason that I was just like so happy, hyping, just saying hello and stuff to you, because it was like, I love, everybody knows I love Pow Block. I love doing it, and it feels weird when
we do it on a Tuesday night and not on the weekend.
Yes, or I mean, not even on a Tuesday night, you not even on the weekend, but when it feels like when I do it.
We used to put out 2 and 3 episodes a week.
Yes.
Like, I mean, that was way back in the day. We obviously don't do that now, or we haven't done it in a long time. But like sometimes, I mean, we used to put out 2-3 episodes in a week, and then we would go like 2 weeks.
We was making
look,
content.
as somebody who is currently going through our entire catalog of old content for Pow Block, podcast wise, right? So every Nintendo Pow Block, every expansion pass, and every direct recap show. By the way, Ed, I know you love the mini blocks, right?
Yeah.
They're expansion passes. They've been thrown into the expansion pass pool. I'm just
That's
letting
fine.
you know. Just letting you
That's
know.
fine.
Uh,
That is completely fine.
it's easier for me to categorize them that way. But yeah, man, I don't know. It was weird this weekend not recording, and like not editing because I had all the editing for Xbox Casuals and Boss Rush done on Thursday
Mhm.
or on Friday
Yeah.
by Friday. Like I let Xbox Casuals, marinate overnight.
Fr
And
Yeah.
so that was I didn't have anything to edit, and my personal social media stuff is caught up. So like I didn't have any social media work to do. I didn't have anything to do. um so I played Marathon all weekend.
Which is great, which is, like, really great. I think for me, it's just that when I get to see you, definitely when I get to talk to you and get into these, discussions, um, like I said, it means a lot to me, and, being able to do this, but it just feels so weird going so long for like almost 5 or 6 days, and I think it's just like I'm I'm used to, being able to talk more Nintendo definitely with you or talk about video games and stuff like that and share this and that. Um, but of course, with not a lot of news popping off or anything, and uh, getting ready for PAX East, it's just been like this just feels so weird, and I think definitely when we did the morning recording on Friday. That's fun. That's definitely always fun to do and everything because it's like we're both up, we're energized. We could discuss whatever. It just felt like, man, it felt so long. Sorry if I'm tripping over my words, everybody, but just like it when you are a podcaster, and yes, we don't have a consistent schedule, and that's because it's on me, everybody.
Well, our release cadence is perfect,
Yes.
but we haven't missed an episode in over 2 years, Ed. So suck it. But I know what you mean. Like the live stuff would be nice to get on a live schedule. But
Mhm.
sorry, everybody, we have lives and things to, you know,
Yeah, and
responsibilities, things to do, all those,
yeah, my schedule
Unless
is
you want to
just
support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network,
yes.
at the you know, $30,000 a month tier gets you early access to things.
As somebody was I could just hear somebody say, "In this economy?" Oh, good googly moogly. But yeah, it's I think I get hype and I get energetic when I get to record, when I get to see you and record with you, and everything. That's why when I get the packs and I see Pat and Benj, and Brandon and Stephanie and Cordy, like us five, just like, yeah, we're going to be working, doing this and that. But I'm like, it's going to be so good to see everybody and talk to everybody and hang out and everything. Grayson is going to be there with his partner, and I'm super excited for that. Thursday is packed, dude.
I know.
It is
I
so.
I wish I was going. I
Mhm.
just there's just too much going
I love
on right now. Like I just
Dude, don't even worry about it, cause it's just like
I
th
mean
th
I'm not like worried about it. I just like I want to see everybody, and I want to see obviously our developer friends are a lot of them are going to be
yeah,
there, like Yacht Club and Midwest Games, and I'm
mhm,
sure um our friends from like Guiley Games will be there at some point, right? Maybe not showing off their a new game or anything, but they'll probably be there networking or whatever. And
yeah,
obviously we have a lot of creator friends that I miss dearly, like Roger and and Matt Storm and Dana Mack,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then people that
I
are
hope I
much
see
larger
that
than
in
us.
I hope I see that in so I can run into him and just hug him and just be like, "Okay, we need to nerd out for a good 10 minutes." Adam is doing, game trivia, um, on Thursday, like, literally right after Stephanie being on the panel that I'm super excited to go to and watch. So, I'm like, "Look, y'all, she's gonna be on the panel. We got to be in attendance. If you feel tired and you need to rest, do what you need to do." I'm like, but we got to support Stephanie. Like we support our boss rush people and everything. So we're not gonna try to embarrass her. And then yeah, after Stephanie stuff, then I gotta go to Adam's um panel for the trivia stuff, which I'm super excited. Um and then it's just interviews and playing games and connecting and talk to people and stuff like that. I'm super, Baron's gonna be there that I'm super excited to see. Like you said, Matt Storm, his crew gonna be there. It's just, yeah, it's gonna be fun and everything. Um, so
Yeah, I'm sad I'm not gonna get to go, but look, I think Boss Rush will be well represented, and you know, th-
yeah, I am being interviewed by Geek Therapeutics. I think for 30 minutes. So I will be talking about Boss Rush and um, upcoming projects and stuff like that. Which that's why I want to be looking spiffy. I actually got to go get my hair cut Thursday. Um, and everything since my sister's out of town. But yeah, I gotta look fly for that. Um, and very presentable because I'm just like, look.
yeah,
I'm like I'm like, if we're on the stage and whether it be streamed or not, like, I gotta make sure that if not just represent and be professional, but to let everybody know who we are, what we do, and what we're all about. Um, you know.
yeah. I I don't know. After PAX, I'm gonna try to get some people on just to do content with, just because like I haven't seen anybody, and I feel like
Mhm.
you know, I don't, this is honestly the first time in over a year, like since literally probably a year and a half, that like obviously the bossies were a big deal and they were amazing, and I I just couldn't pull it off this year, man. I just and
That's
I think I'm gonna maybe try to do something for the summer, like a mini bossies for like the 2025 games that were voted on, and then
mhm.
maybe like a celebration of
Oh,
what's already happened this year, like a halfway point kind of thing. But um,
well,
we'll see.
since I will be in your area in June, maybe we do something. Maybe we plan something out for that.
Yeah, but I mean, no offense, but I want other people to be involved too.
Oh
Like
yeah, that's true.
I we're gonna do something though, because it's gonna be we're doing a when you're here, we're gonna do a bunch of content for the 500th episode celebration.
Mhm.
It's not just gonna be a podcast. It'll probably be multiple podcasts, to be honest, and streams, let's plays, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Um,
A retro feeling, pod to play. Dude, I was watching some of our pod to plays to be like, we was making content, we was having good discussions.
yeah, I was pre-children. Um, so Riley's mad at you, by the way. She's like, I thought you said your work friend was giving me this stuff in Animal Crossing. I
I
said
I
he doesn't like you.
don't say that. Speaking of Animal Crossing, you extortionist. I am working. I'm trying to get to the point where I can start melting stuff off. I can't melt it off. That stuff takes time. So
Well, I'm not asking you to beat the game and give me your stuff. I'm just
you
saying
telling me to give
Riley's
you
mad at
what?
you.
You telling me to get? You said send me
You
your
made it sound
fruit
like
and
you
your
were already
melt.
halfway through the game. It's
No,
not my
Corey.
problem.
I
That's
I
not my
got
fault. Not
I
my
gotta
fault.
work through it.
I
I
just I just work here. Not my fault. Nope.
I'm working through it so I could
Nope.
get to the middle part.
Nope.
I
Nope.
and I'll explain why when I get
Mhm.
to playing with
Mhm.
power.
Mhm. Likely excuse from Edward Varnell. Tell me
Did
where
she
you've
pay
heard that
off
before, folks.
is she in her house yet, or she's still in her tent?
No, she has her house. She wants to get to the end game, but she hasn't done any of the front game. So, dude, it's like pulling teeth trying to get her to turn in fossils to freaking Blathers, okay? But like,
Mhm.
hey
She's
man,
playing the way that she wants to play.
which is fine, right? It's great. I want her to do that, but also like she has to understand that to do certain things, you have to
Mhm.
do certain things before. And she's like not having it, man. She's like, nah, I'm gonna go fish for the 800th time and hope that the flimsy fishing rod doesn't break. So,
Oh, no. I could just see her like, "Daddy, no."
man. So that's yeah, Animal Crossing, man. It's happening.
It's back. It's back.
I mean, well, Animal Crossing's not back. I think the Pokemon have taken over that,
Oh,
but
that another game I need to get into. I started it, but I haven't gotten far yet. Oh, and it's a pretty cool game. Like I said, there are reasons why I haven't jumped into that. Like I said, I'll explain that and play with power and stuff and everything. So
only Ed.
yes. So everybody, yeah, that's kind of what's going uh on the Pow Block front as I know. Uh
Yeah.
so
I don't really know what else is going on, to be honest with you. I had a lot of things to do this weekend. Plus,
mhm.
like, obviously, we're trying to review Marathon this week. Um, so I've been playing a lot of Marathon, but I
Which
just I haven't like I don't know. I'm in this kind of spot where I am reinvigorated to do certain things. Like I've been re-energized to do certain things, but also like retire certain things, retire, it's just kind of like I'm trying to I don't know. I don't know what it is I'm trying to say right now, but I feel energized. I feel motivated, I guess is the thing, but not just for podcast stuff, more for
mhm,
like everything right now. Like I
yeah.
feel I don't know. And yeah, I don't know if it's like the this like the medication and some of the supplements that I've been taking mixed with like I well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
It's not important. Nobody cares about how broken my brain is. It's fine.
Oh,
We're here to talk about games.
yes, we are.
My
Uh,
merch is coming. By the way, I guess we should probably say something about that.
Corey, would you like to announce it?
The Nintendo Pow Block, the first round of 10th anniversary logos are on the store, the Boss Rush Network store. So you can get to it from our YouTube channel, our website. I'll put the link in the description. It's the NPB 10 shirts. So I'm going through and doing some different retro style things. I'm going to try to put out a new design every like week or 2 weeks that
Mhm.
is uh kind of inspired by retro, like not just games, but like maybe I'll put our very first logo out at some point. um or just some other random stuff. I really like the way they turned out. um so I bought a hoodie. I bought a black hoodie with the red writing.
I think I'm probably gonna get a hoodie too as with a different one, when I get back.
Yeah. don't know, man. I just feel like I feel like they turned out pretty good. I don't really care for T Public's quality in terms of the t-shirts, but that's just it's the way it goes, I guess. So
Just for those who are watching the video, show you guys like this. Hopefully, it's coming up. But yeah, like
yep,
that.
there it is, as they say.
So, uh, this is one of the shirts I'll be wearing at PAX. So I'm super excited for that. To let everybody know, it's our 10-year anniversary of Pow Block.
That it is, Edward. That it is.
Can you believe that, Corey? 10 years.
Yeah, it's time to retire.
No.
Who does a podcast for 10 years?
Us.
Yeah. Who decided that?
Us.
I guess it was us, huh?
So
I don't know, man. There's been so many iterations of the show as I've been going through the old content. But I feel like the iteration that we're in now kind of started after the 300th episode of like, it's you and me kind of doing this format, doing these longer form shows and all that kind of stuff. So I think we're in a good spot, man.
yeah.
I mean this is my favorite show that we do by far, So I mean that's not to like dog on the other shows. This one, man. It's this one.
Yeah.
Oh man, I could talk like this all night, but we should probably not do that. We should probably talk about other things.
Yes.
I have so much energy, Ed. I don't understand why I have so much energy as I sit here and drink a Red Bull.
Well, which reminds me, dude, we literally
to get to enough energy just to go upstairs and go to bed.
We literally just got the mango flavor Monster Energy drink at our store. I'm like, oh, thank you so much.
Interesting.
Because all we had was zero sugar ones.
Yeah.
And I'm not liking that, and the regular Monster, but I'm just like, we don't got the flavors. I'm like, I want the juice flavors, and we don't got none of that. I literally had to go to the gas station to get that kind to come back. But now that at least we got the mango, I'm like, okay, we good. So if I'm dragging, then I'm definitely gonna pick one up, drink it, or drink it throughout the day, to keep my energy up.
Yeah.
So
I gotta stop drinking so much caffeine though, dude. Like, I was reading something today, and it not that this stuff doesn't scare me anyway, but like, I was reading about like the more people die since 1970. More people have died from like heart conditions and cardiovascular whatever since 1970 than like the previous like 200 years or something. And like, as somebody who comes from a family with cardiovascular and heart conditions, not exactly it's sugar free though. It's my excuse. I don't know. Here's the thing though, Ed.
yes.
And I know this is a big excuse, but just hear me out. Okay. I don't drink pop like at all, soda. I don't drink coffee at all. I don't drink alcohol. I don't
Not on a consistent basis.
recreational drugs. I don't use drugs, right? So, except for the ones that are prescribed to me.
Yes.
And I only take what's prescribed. I don't take the extra and be like, woo. So I don't know. I feel like it's okay. Maybe not the amount I drink in a day, but like, I feel like it's okay to have one or two.
3.
Shh.
I just said 3. I didn't say nothing.
I do have to say something though, Ed. A couple weeks ago, I was so tired on like a Monday or a Tuesday. And I had just ordered a case of Red Bull on Sunday. It came.
Yeah. Please don't tell me
dude, by Tuesday, I was like, where did they all go?
And they're 12X, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, Corey.
I know. That's when I was like, maybe I should
depending on the ounce that you get. Were there 16-ounce ones?
It's the 16-ounce ones.
Okay. Because if it was the 20, is it the 20-ounce? Or is it 20? Is it 20 or 24? 20-ounce. The big can one. Dude, if it was that, I'm like, ooh. I'm like, you've been going through something, Corey. What's going on?
Going through not sleeping.
It would be that way when you would the can to pass, because me and you be out like
dude. Yeah, man. I
had to tell one of our workers, which is like, I think the first time me and you went to Boston for PAX, and we was out. I think we both woke up because our bodies are thinking in our time. Knowing good and well, we still had like.
Well, remember when we went to Seattle and we were like ready to go at like, I mean, because they're 3 hours behind, so like getting up that early was like,
dude, it was like 3:00 in the morning, and we normally get up like at 5 or 7 or whatever, and we were just like
ready to go. Yeah.
We just like, what the heck do we do now? Because we're up, and I think we looked at each other just like, I'm going back to bed. And I think we went right. We was back out. We literally had to adjust to, because I'm just like, I forgot that there is a time difference.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll make it to West, but yeah, man, we've had some wild times on this show.
Oh yes.
Also, I was going back through, that stint where like I wasn't on the show, really. Dude, I was on like every other week. I didn't even like really leave.
No, there was a moment that you were gone.
Yeah, there was like 2 months. There was like 2 months where I wasn't on, but then I started showing up like once every third week, and then once every other week, and then I ended up just staying at one point.
Yeah, because I know there were some episodes I had to miss that Dan was hosting because of work.
You know what's funny though is like I did an episode by myself right before we did the host change. And the episode was Corey says goodbye to Pow Block, and then on that was episode 218, and then on 221 I'm on the next episode. That episode, I'm like, oh well, I missed one episode, and after I said goodbye, I mean, I we had a good rotation of people in there, but it was just funny.
Was it 219 that I took over as host?
Because I was trying. So 220 was the first official episode you were the host. 219 was the changeover.
That you announced it.
It was you and me talking about you taking over.
Okay.
It was 219, and then 220 was your first episode as a new era begins.
Okay.
And then we just
then it's just been that way. Because I know when there was episodes that you couldn't make it because we was using Skype, and you could tell.
Dude, Skype. Yeah, dude, Skype is
RIP, but it was
rest in pieces. Good riddance.
But hey, it was the thing that we had to use at the time, everybody.
Skype,
before.
Man, what an awful program Skype was.
With it. Interesting way to communicate and record.
It was something.
So
it sure was something.
It was. But Corey, how about we get into Snacktendo?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we could.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll go first.
All right.
Um, so this weekend we had a pizza party, and my
Yes.
pizza had it was Domino's. It wasn't amazing, but I had double cheese, double bacon, and double
Mm.
jalapenos. It was amazing. It was
Just
awesome.
for you.
Yeah, nobody else is eating that.
Oh,
My kids
okay.
had double. My kids will only eat double pepperoni from Domino's. That's the only pizza they'll eat, dude.
Oh, wow.
Um, and my wife gets banana peppers on hers. So, uh, but
No
man,
meat on hers?
well, pepperoni, but
Oh,
no,
pepperoni and, banana
yeah.
peppers.
I gotta
Okay.
tell you, man, bacon and double cheese and jalapenos is like the best. So good. Love it. Except like it burns really bad. uh, especially at night when you eat too much of it and you can't breathe because you ate so much and
Yeah.
then it just burns because you ate too much.
Well, it's funny, I been having, I mean, I would do the 2 for $6.99 deal and all that, but I've been taking advantage of their, $9.99 deal, and getting the, handmade pan,
Mhm.
pieces, and sorry, everybody, this is gonna be weird, but this is me. I
Shocking. It's
do
weird, guys.
I would do Italian sausage or the beef one, black olives, the tomatoes, like tomato pieces on there, and pineapple. I would do on
Mhm.
mine because I kind of like a savory sweet kind of thing. And since the handmade pieces don't have sauce on them because of the cheese and everything,
Mhm.
that tomato kind of, makes up for it, but the pieces be, like, really soft and chewy and stuff, so it'd be really good, so I kinda had those, like, last week. Dude, that 5-piece mac and cheese,
Mm.
been maxing out. I'm like, "Oh, this is so good." I think Imma try with the bread bites tomorrow for work, um
Do it.
Yeah, cause my train stop is, literally by Domino's. I kinda mentioned this, and so I could order my food on the train, and then when I get off, go up the ramp, and then just walk to Domino's, pick my food up, and go to work. Um, but yeah, I've been having that and Caesar salads and stuff, so it's been like, "Oh, this is so, so good,"
Mm.
and everything.
I've been really trying to eat better recently. Like, I wonder if that's also why I feel better too. Is like I haven't been eating aside from the pizza this weekend.
Mhm,
Like literally just like what I was doing a couple years ago, right? Of just like eating my eggs and my fruit in the morning and then eating my chicken and my salads at night.
mhm,
And then on the weekend, I will have a meal that is splurging. But yeah, I don't know. It was just like the last week and a half. I've been trying to eat better just because I've felt my clothes start fitting differently, and then I weighed myself and have started gaining weight again. I'm like, oh, geez, that's not good. Uh, but I, you know, I've no stranger to that. I'm not opposed to, especially if I'm like distracted. I don't need to eat a whole bunch. So,
mhm.
um,
I Yeah, cause like, for me, I really don't eat until I'm going to work or I get to work, and meaning that I'll pick some food up and then take it with me on the train to work. Or if I get off the train, there is a McDonald's, but that's a walk, or I'll go to Domino's, or I'll just buy something at work,
mhm,
and then that's when I eat. Oh, there is a Subway and a Dunkin', so I might go there and get something to eat and
mhm,
everything. And then, you know, because I'm there early, I'll eat, and then by the time I get done eating, I can start work and stuff like that. And then I know sometimes I don't eat until 5:30. Other times I probably won't start eating until almost 8:30. because of how the weekdays are, and depending on how busy we get. Because like now, a lot of the Easter stuff is disappearing uh,
Mm.
before it's Easter. Um, and stuff. Uh, and with today being Patrick's Day at the time of this recording,
Oh, yeah, it is St.
um,
Patrick's Day, isn't it?
yeah,
Whoops.
I
I have green somewhere. There's Ninja Turtles. They're green.
I
They're not green either. Oh,
mm,
shh.
I it's one of your amiibos in the back or
Yeah,
or
just
statues. Yeah.
my I have a green bead on this bracelet my daughter made me. There it is. See? Green. Ha!
Oh,
Suck it.
one of the Power Rangers, like 7 of the Power Rangers are green back there too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I
I have a funny
yeah,
story to tell you about Miles, about Power Rangers, but we can talk about it. We'll talk about it later.
um, but, like, that's kinda how, like, I eat, so it didn't like, I had to order Chipotle because that's mostly the only
You
one that
had
can
to
really
order Chipotle?
deliver. Sometimes I do, because if I have another associate with me that I could send to Domino's to pick up my food, I'm fine. But when I can't, why pay like $6 for a delivery and they're only 2 blocks from me,
Mhm,
you know? That's just an extreme measure. But like I really don't have that many choices because once everybody leaves, manager wise at my store, um, I can't leave the store at all.
mhm,
I could leave to go help people to their car, grab carts, or throw the trash out, but that's not like I can't leave for anything else.
mhm.
Um, you know,
Yeah.
so but I haven't I was thinking about this, Corey. I was just like, I haven't really like snack like a lot of candy stuff. I will say, yes, I have had ice cream. I did have some chocolate cake last week, which was really good. Because I haven't had cake in a while. So I was just like, you know what? I'm at this grocery store. Let me get some the chocolate cake. It was really good.
Everybody likes chocolate cake.
Yeah. So but pretty much that's what I've been snacking on too, dude. Just the Domino's pizza and and Chipotle.
Nice,
So
nice. Oh, man. What a what a week. It's only Tuesday.
exactly.
It's only Tuesday. Did you know that? Did you know it was Tuesday? I
Yes, it
didn't.
is. At the time of this
Anyways,
recording. When you guys watch this playback or this recording, it'll be Wednesday.
yeah, it'll
So
be Wednesday. Whatever. It's fine. You'll get over it.
but Corey, let's get into what we've been playing with power. Okay, you want to go first, or should I take first
You can
this
go
time?
first. Why not?
Okay, so been playing Final Fantasy VII remake on Switch 2. I am 2/3 done with the game. So I'm pretty much at getting to like the last, I would say maybe 10, 15 hours of the game. Depending on how people who have played it and beaten it before, because I have beaten it before, see it. I kind of did all the side stuff for it. So I'm getting closer to like the end part of the game, and I don't want to ruin it or anything. Uh I'm also been playing Space for the Unbound. This is published by Toki Productions. I know Pat has played it. It's a narrative driven game. Not first person, like you actually see your characters. It's 2D and everything. And you do stealth and things like that. It is voice acted at some parts. I am 1/3 done with the game. I just got a little more to do. I was playing it. I think I was playing it not Saturday. Was I playing it Friday? No, I was playing it last Thursday a lot. Um, and I was making a lot of progress. I would just ended up playing that game and be like, "Hmm, I had this game, for my Switch, for a long time. In fact, I had it since uh, last PAX West. I had it because I bought it there. I think I bought it from Serenity Forge, I believe. I bought it for
Mhm.
them. And so I just popped it in and just started playing it, and really got into it. And it feels like I think for a lot of stuff from Toge Productions, shout out to everyone at Toge. Just cool people, love them all. Hopefully they're doing good too.
I'm sure they'll be at PAX.
Hopefully so.
Well,
I missed
they
them.
have that, like, mech strategy game coming out, right? Or did that come out already?
Um, I
You
don't
know what
think
I'm
it's
talking
out yet.
Krieg Front or something? That's what it's called, right? Krieg Front? Krieg something
Maybe I'll have to
something
look it
like
up. Um, but if they're there, then like if they see Boss Rush, they already know, oh, we good. If anything happens, we connect with them and stuff. I'm like, hey, so yeah, you want to connect with us? You want to hang out with us? Come on, we all got you. We all, you know, we all got y'all. Um, but it feels like from a lot of their games, kind of deals with stuff in India and everything. Which was cool, which is really cool, and everything. It's just like I learn a lot from that and how those games are designed and everything. So it's just so cool. I hopefully I'm going to beat it by this week, um, and then probably talk to Pat about it when I see him. Cause I gotta I told Matt Storm was just like, "When I see you, just for 10 minutes, can we talk about Greed?" And everything. Cause he just beat Greed too, and I'm just like, "Okay, we gotta talk," and everything. Let me snag Stephanie, be like, "Okay, let's have a quick chat about this game. Your thoughts?" Um, but
Sweet.
yeah, yeah. And then I have been playing Animal Crossing, making progress with that game. So I'm trying to get it to where I could start melting stuff. So I there's a lot of things that I got to get through so I can start melting stuff. So
Mhm, mhm,
I
mhm.
have oranges. And I don't know what fruit Roddy has.
We have
Uh,
peaches.
okay. So the oranges, because I know the oranges would get her like 500 bells if she sells them.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
uh,
we have peaches, and they change every season, right?
not that
Is
I
that how that
know
works?
of. Not that I know of.
You have to trade them with friends? That's
Yeah,
yes. Mm,
unless they changed it. So,
I don't know. You're talking to the,
because that's how it was on
worst.
the GameCube. So,
Yeah. Oh,
like I said, so I am working on Animal Crossing. I did play a little bit of Pokemon Pokopia, so I have like Bulbasaur as one of my characters, and Squirtle. So I got grass and water. Ooh,
oh,
excuse me. And so, I'll probably get Charmander a little bit later, but I just gotta play more stuff out and start cleaning, getting the land looking healthy, and then I can start building around it and everything.
mm,
But that is, what I've been playing with playing with Power. I'm trying to get, I'm trying to figure out what games I'm going to take with me to PAX. I'm at least gonna take 2 Switch 2 games. I'll have my digital stuff, but I'm trying to work on some of my Switch 1 games that's still wrapped up. So I'm gonna kind of, take them out the box. I gotta go get a case for them. I think I'm gonna get a small case, just a game case, to put them in and take them on to play with me. Take them
mm.
to PAX with me, so I could play them or beat them and stuff like that. So yeah, but that's literally what I've been playing with Power. I am gonna get back into some of my Series X stuff, because I know Avowed, I need to update it. Um, I think it finally has New Game Plus, um, with it.
That game doesn't have New Game Plus? That surprises
It
me.
Yeah, it did not have New Game Plus. I think it just got it when the PlayStation 5 version came out.
That surprises me a little bit.
Well well, the thing about it is that in the point of the game, like, when you get closer to the end game, um, it automatically saves, and every time you start the game, it goes from that save point till you fight the boss
Mm,
again and everything.
like
So
Zelda.
you Yeah, so, like well, yeah, if you haven't did all the side quests and stuff, you can't go back into the game. It will roll the credits and end the game and stuff.
Mm,
So if you wanna, like, do all of that, you gotta do kind of like almost a separate save file before it auto saves,
mm,
if you wanna finish stuff. So I wanna be able to go in, see what they added, and everything. Because I'm super powerful. Like, I think a lot of my gear is in the legendary, legendary, kind of row. So, because like I use a mallet, um, to knock these smugs, and I want to fight this bear that I kept losing against. I just want to smack him in the head with my mallet and stuff and see how that goes. I might even throw it on easy and just be like, "Let me breeze through this game since I did most of this." So,
mm.
but yeah, that's what I've been playing with Power. Um,
Nice.
what about you, Corey?
Oh boy. So I've been continuing my trek through Metroid I almost said Metroid Prime Zero Mission. Metroid Zero Mission. I'm in the lower area of Norfair. I'm trying to get down to Ridley. There are
Mhm.
green doors I can't open, and I don't know where to go to open them. Like what power up I need to open them.
That's you need the super missiles for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find them. So I've been trying really hard to play it without using a map.
Mhm.
And I haven't done it yet, but I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated and I don't know where those missiles are at. Are
So
they
I
are they up by her ship? Like there's something up there, but I don't know what it is.
the regular missiles or
No, the
oh, you
the
got the
super
super missile. You'll get them before you fight Ridley.
but where? Because I'm there, but I feel like I can't progress because I don't know where to go now.
Um, so if you look on the map, it will show you where your next destination would go. So I think if because you
I'm opening it up. I gotta know. I gotta know. Doing this in real time. Real time. Yes, I do have my Switch 2 laying right in front of me. Mostly because I thought Ed would be asleep and I would have to wake him up and I would be playing before.
mm-mm, no, dude, I was actually on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So, okay. I mean, I know where I'm supposed to go, but I don't know how to get down there. That's the problem. I'm in the map room, but I don't know how to go down, So I'm trying. So I don't know. I know where I see where I'm supposed to go. I guess I'll just have to try harder and get there. Uh, but I'm having a blast, man. Like I feel like it's just simple enough because 2D Metroids are like a huge blind spot for me in
mhm.
games, right? Like they just are. So, and the only one I've ever beaten is the original Metroid. So I feel like I should know what I'm doing in this game, but also that was like 20 years ago, so 30
Well,
years ago.
me and you did beat Super Metroid,
I wasn't paying attention, dude. I don't
together.
remember anything of that.
You was watching me play.
Was I?
we, we was podcasting for that one. We got like 9 parts of that, I think, still.
I don't know. You're making stuff up now. Anything that's older than
Oh,
2 years old doesn't exist.
because after we did Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, we
We
ended
didn't
up
do
doing
that
Super
either.
Metroid. We did
Um,
do that.
shut up. Uh, but I'm just having a lot of fun. Like I don't know. The shooting feels good. Like I think exploring the map feels really fun. And like right where you get to when you get to the point of like you feel like you're about to be frustrated, you find out where you're
Mhm.
supposed to go, and then like you keep going, right? And so
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm having fun. I I don't know how long I've been playing it, honestly, but I've been like resetting like I was doing in Fire Emblem, right? Where like I would get to a point where I was like, oh, well, I should probably be down here. And I have a save here, so I'm just gonna reset it here. So I don't know if my in-game clock is correct or not. But dude, my Game Boy Advance app thing says I've played 50 hours or more this year. So I'm like, interesting. But I'm having a lot of fun with that. Playing Animal Crossing with Riley, sort of. Basically, I'm just reading to her at this point. And then I've been playing a lot of Marathon. Um, that game has hooked me in a way that I didn't think it was going to. Like it reminds me of the old school days of Halo, like classic Halo, and like meeting people and because they matchmake you with people,
Yeah.
right? And when you go in, you can either go in by yourself or go in with a team. And if you don't have enough people to fill your squad, they fill it for you. And like it just reminds me of like meeting people like we used to meet them in Halo, and then it reminds me of like this the secrets and the discoverability and the story and like finding the codexes and the terminals and stuff. Really reminds me a lot of Destiny in terms of like discoverability and stuff without the hassle of like the grind essentially. Yeah,
Yes.
you're grinding through runs to pick up weapons and gear and stuff, but it's not like, oh, we got to get ready for this raid, so you need to be level, you know, 483 or whatever to play with us, and you need these specific weapons. It's very skill based. Uh, it's also really intriguing to go in by yourself. And I think the one thing I really like about it is the contract system. Like basically you pick up contracts from the different factions and uh all the factions are like these big enterprise or corporations that have like provided because for those who don't know this is a sequel to the old marathon games. Like this is a direct linear progression of those old marathon games from the 90s. And so like you're finding terminals and you're finding like information about stuff that happened. And when you pick up these contracts from these corporations, you're essentially, you know, everybody disappeared and everybody died that were on these generation ships to get to this colony. So these corporations are trying to like scrape together what they can to at least make some of their money back, essentially. And so like the point of the runners is, you know, you're this kind of robotic shell with no like you're I don't know. I think the easiest way to explain it is like the movie Avatar, right? Where like
Mhm.
it's you're in this body, but it's not you essentially, which, you know, kind of explains the respawn kind of mechanic in the game, right? So
Yes.
uh it's really fascinating, man. And like I never played the original marathon games, although I kind of want to now just to like maybe I would learn something or whatever, but like it's really fascinating and a lot of the things I recognize from Halo and Destiny, like a lot of the factions, you know, because originally Marathon and Halo and like all these universes were supposed to connect in some way. Originally,
Mhm.
obviously, when Microsoft bought Halo, it stopped being connected to these. But like Oni, Mida, you know, a lot of these companies make weapons in Halo and Destiny. You know, like Mida Multi Tool is one of the best scout rifles in Destiny. Like it's one of my favorite weapons. And I'm sitting here doing contracts for Mida. So it's really cool to see the connections and the shoot, dude. The weapon, the shell, the different shells there. It's like a hero shooter, right? So like the shells have different
Mhm.
abilities and different capabilities. But it differentiates itself from these other hero shooters by essentially letting you to pick up whatever weapons you want, essentially, right? Because most of the time hero shooters, like the hero has the weapon that's tied to them, right? You think
Yes.
of Tracer, she has the dual pistol things. You think of Roadhog, he has the shotgun with the hook on it in terms of Overwatch. Or um I think in that respect, uh Apex Legends is probably the closest you can probably come to in terms of like, oh, I can just pick up this weapon and use it.
Yeah.
Uh but man, the different runners skills are really interesting. I really like the um why am I blanking on all the runners right now? Uh I really like the thief. She has a drone, like a homing drone essentially, where like you can kind of send a drone out to attack enemies. She also has a grappling hook, which is awesome. Like it really helps with maneuverability and like escapability, really, like especially if you're in a firefight, because her defense is low. So like um you gotta escape essentially. Uh and I really like playing her when I'm playing by myself, because I like sneak around and can kind of like move around these
Maneuver.
areas quicker and
Yeah.
everything. So I I'm I can't believe how much I really like this game, honestly. I'm shocked at how much I like it, actually, just because like the whole extraction shooter really scares people away. So
Mhm.
um I really like triage also if I'm playing with people. It's the healer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not a great first person shooter player. So like
You
if I
you
can,
you like the offensive, you like to be defensive or supportive in that sense.
yeah, I really like being able to feel like I'm helping even if I can't kill people.
Mhm.
um and then the other class I really like is the Vandal, which is she has a double jump, and uh she has a thing called a tactical disruptor, which kind of increases uh like a it increases like the damage of a blast that you can shoot out. It's cool. Um, I'm trying to think of what else. Sh- yeah, I really like. Oh, the other class is the Rook class, which is the class that you can basically use only going in solo, and you go in mid match essentially. It's kind of a I'm gonna go in, get stuff, and get out type of class. Um, So I really like this game, man. It's really good. The shooting feels great also. Like I mean, it's Bungie, so the shooting's gonna feel great.
Yeah.
But
I know, I need to hear, last week's, WSD because they did the review for Marathon. But it seems that Nick and them and the team are very positive on it.
mhm.
So I wanna hear that. And you've been talking like you know, you've been consistently been positive about Marathon. So, because I think last time we talked about it, I was just like, this is good to hear and to know, to
Mhm.
show people that Bungie still got it,
Mhm.
um, but with
This feels like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
oh, no, no, go ahead.
this feels like the game Bungie wanted to make.
Yes.
Like it really feels like they put a lot of work behind this game.
Mhm,
And like I know it doesn't seem like it on the surface, but there is a lot in this game. There's a lot. Like people want a single player campaign. Okay, there's not a campaign proper, but every single contract or every single corporation that gives you contracts, by completing the contracts, they're basically missions. Like the contracts are missions, and when you complete them, you get a cutscene, you get story, you get
mhm.
you know conversations, and you find out a little bit more what happened to the
It
marathon.
So it's kind of doing two things at once.
Mhm,
Like it is an online style game, online design multiplayer style game. But now that you mention it, with the
mhm,
contract is the mission. That is the single player
mhm.
with two other people. So
Yeah,
you
and
guys are working together. Oh, go ahead.
some of the contracts are designed for, like, so there's, like, PvE contracts
Mm-hmm.
from certain factions, but those factions, like, they're just PvE factions, right? And then you have the PvP factions, which will, kill this many runners in a single run or whatever, right? Like, once you kill 20 runners, come turn in this contract and you'll get this, and this, right? And then, you'll get story, you'll get some sort of attachment or some sort of skin for your weapons. You'll get rewarded. You'll get rewards for, like, I don't know, upgraded backpack so you can carry more items on every run or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot here. And then, like, the rewards pass, like the season pass, essentially, like, the skins aren't that great, but there's a lot of cool things in there, like, your weapon skin, or you can put stickers on your weapons. You can put, little keychains on your weapons. The skins for the battle pass are okay, but, like, it's because they added skins to it. There's only
Mm-hmm.
one skin in there, and so they added, a couple more, which I don't know if they were rushed or what, or if they were being saved for a different battle pass or whatever. But the
And
other
at
cool
about time, a lot of more stuff like that will come.
Mhm. Yeah, but the other cool thing too is that when when the season ends, your battle pass doesn't expire. You can keep going with it. Like, you can use it. You can complete it at your own pace, like, kind of like what
Mm-hmm.
Halo Infinite did, right? Where you can buy
Yeah.
those battle passes and then they don't expire. Um, I understand why initially, like, games made them expire, right? Because, like, oh, it keeps people engaged. It keeps them here because they feel like they have to get that one, two, three skins or whatever. But,
Yeah.
like, at the end of the day, like, I think some of these companies, and Bungie's even doing this in Destiny also, where, like, oh, you bought this season pass, but you didn't complete it. Here's there's, like, a monument that you go to now and you can buy the old, like, not buy it, but, like, oh, I can complete some quests and I can go get the stuff that I missed or whatever.
Right.
So, uh, I don't know. I feel like Bungie's really on an upswing, and I feel like Marathon is, granted, it actually might kill Destiny, which would be sad,
Well,
but it feels like the game, because they haven't done a lot of PvP stuff in a while, right? Like, I mean,
yeah.
Destiny's been barren in that area for a long time, dude. But the thing is like, the team that wanted to make PvP stuff and went over to make Marathon, this game feels so much like the game they've wanted to make for years, that, like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they delayed it, and I'm so glad that they nailed it. And it seems like a lot of people are having a good time with it.
And
Right.
and it because I haven't played Marathon, and I haven't seen. I need to like watch YouTube matches or live streams just to see people playing around with it and stuff. What I do like about this, and when Bungie gets away from the controversy, when all the news stories, like when Bungie goes dark, they're making something good.
Mhm.
With and whatever the criticism the people could say, whatever when the material is released, when Bungie goes dark and they're not talking, their mouths are closed, and they're deep in their development, trying to make something great.
Mhm.
Even when they're about to do a direct or a showcase of whatever, it really shows you how much that development team at Bungie really cares about making the game, the content for that game and stuff,
Mhm.
and why their polish is so good. I look, I don't have nothing against Bungie or anything, You know, people know my stance on the first Destiny, but I love Destiny 2, and I will root that original team for making Destiny 2 because when Destiny 2 came out, it was a banger, and it still kind of is a banger. Um,
I
you
mean,
know,
Destiny 2 is great. There's a lot of content in there. It's just like, when you've been playing for 12 years at this point, like,
yeah,
and half the team gets laid off or transitioned, or their leadership gets swapped out, three times in a year. Like, what's happening with Destiny? We don't like it's Bungie's just in a strange spot, and obviously Destiny is in a spot where like they just don't know what to do with it. And the
hmm
fact that Marathon is hitting, I think, even though the Destiny community is like, well, where's our stuff? Like, that's not how this works, guys. But
right.
like, it feels like Bungie has a cushion now. If they want to return to Destiny, like they can kind of take a step back and take their time and be like, okay, we have to reset something somewhere, and the sandbox stuff in Destiny is still very, very good. It's the
Yes.
seasonal models they have to figure out. It's the campaign models they have to figure out. It's the expansion models they have to figure out. And in all honesty, like, and I know this is a hot take for a hardcore Destiny player, or at least I used to be, right? Like, Destiny 3 is not a bad idea.
Which we have been talking about,
Mhm.
with like what because I always kept saying like I'm looking forward to Destiny 3, and I know you told me there it's not going to be named like that. They're just not considered as Destiny, but I'm just like if it said Destiny 3, even if it just go back to being Destiny,
Mhm.
with Miraidon now being the focus of the team to work on it, they now can start planning almost a whole new game, new universe, or whatever that would kind of represent what Destiny 3 can be.
Yeah,
You know,
here's the thing though, right? Like, I think they're going to return to Destiny, and I mean, they
mhm,
still have stuff planned for Destiny 2, right? It's not like it's going away, right? The Shadow and Order update got delayed to June, but there's still two promised expansions for the Year of Prophecy, which is now looking more like 2 years of prophecy. Um, so there's still two expansions coming, including the Alchemist, which is like deep Destiny lore stuff. Like, there's something about the Alchemist that has been mentioned in the lore for a little while now, and like we're finally going to figure out like who the Alchemist is, and how that relates to some of the stuff that's been going on recently. But um I think, like, I think you could make Destiny 3, make it a little bit simpler. The hardcore Destiny fans have jumped off, right? Your old school hardcore fans jumped off with the final shape. Some people still dabble, right? But like, at the end of the day, like, even like your hardcore content creator and people have moved
mhm,
on, right? Like, Gathalion moved on like 5 years ago. Uh, you know, Dado Dado's name literally is Dado Does Destiny. He created a whole new account called Dado Does Dreadlock, Deadlock, whatever Valve's new shooter is,
yeah,
right? Because he's like kind of done with Destiny, Fallout has been doing other things. Astrocross has been doing marathon stuff. Like, all these big Destiny creators are like moving on, or like at least taking a break at the very least, to try to diversify their content, because Destiny just isn't there right now, and that's fine. The thing with live service games is like they don't have to be on all the time. You can move on and play other things and come back. That's
right.
like, I feel like sometimes we get so enamored with these worlds and these games and feel like we have to keep up with every single thing going on in these, especially these live service games, right? At least for me in Destiny. Like, there was a point, remember when we were doing this show, there was a point where like I didn't play anything except for Destiny for like 2 or 3
Yeah,
years, you know?
yeah,
Um, and which was fine. I love Destiny. It's fine with me, but like, it's just like, I came to the realization after the final shape and after uh the Edge of Salvation, which was the raid, I don't need to keep up with everything anymore. I will jump in for the story stuff. If there's some fun activities, they're clearly slowing down anyway. I will play the campaign stuff, see the story stuff through, and like, if something interests me that season, sure, I'll play more than I normally do. I'll complete my season pass and be on my way to other games, right? But that even now, like, I think I'm only like level 25 on my season pass for Destiny. Like, I beat the campaign and I was like, I'm done. I can't right now. I did log in though when Marathon came out because I probably should have said this at the top of the conversation, but Sony and Bungie did provide me and Josh with codes for Destiny or for Marathon.
Yeah.
And so like we got the deluxe edition from them, and they give you Destiny stuff for pre-ordering, and so like I was checking out all the Marathon stuff in Destiny. So like there's a ghost and a ship and a sparrow and some other things that you can kind of apply to your character. And so like I jumped in to look at that, and it's like, I know Destiny's player base is down, but like I didn't have any trouble jumping into any activities or anything. Like the player base is still playing. Like, and like we're talking about all this stuff, like concurrent player numbers being down, stuff in the game being broken or down or bad or whatever. And I'm sitting there in the tower just watching all these people run around, do their, tasks or whatever. Like I'm literally just sitting there in my, I press down, I sit in my emoji or my emoticon chair as it kind of lights up, and I just sitting there watching people do stuff in the tower. And I'm like, I wonder how many of these people actually know that Bungie is like somewhat in trouble, or like Destiny is at a low player count, like, or how many people just are here to play the game and have fun, because at the end of the day, like playing Destiny is still fun, playing Marathon is fun. Playing Zelda and Metroid is fun. Like games are fun. And I feel like the way that like Twitter has and YouTube have monetized negativity or hot takes or bad reactions or, all these types of things. And the way people get so consumed in their favorite creators and what they're saying. And I wonder how many people really feel the way the internet says the people feel, I don't know, man. I just
That's an expansion pass.
But you know what I mean? Like so many people say like, oh, this game sucks. This game's bad. Like we're going to talk about it. Well, I don't know if we're going to talk. I think we have a question about it actually. But like the DLSS 5 stuff, right? I'm sure you've seen those memes,
the
going
videos.
around.
Yeah, I think it dropped Monday. I seen the so it dropped Monday. I seen the video. I have no problem with it. I think
it looks cool. Like
I do too. I have no problem with it, because the thing about it is, it's just like when developers do remasters of older games, they're kind of doing the same thing. This is just this is an actual tool that's helping making games look a little bit better and more detailed. I don't find nothing wrong with that.
I mean, when PlayStation finally moves their PlayStation 3 games over to PlayStation 6, right? Because it'll finally be powerful enough to run PlayStation 3 games, apparently. I'm half kidding, but like
Corey,
you look at
but with the PSSR for Part 2 that came out, everybody was just like, okay, now I'm about to jump in for PlayStation 5 Pro.
Yeah, how many people bought
the same thing?
How many people bought PlayStation 5 Pros for Resident Evil Requiem because of the PSSR 2? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you weren't planning on playing it on Switch, like I saw I saw so many people be like, I bought a PlayStation 5 Pro so I can experience, Resident Evil 9 with the PSSR2 stuff. But like I know it's not quite the same, but you look at what PSSR V3 is going to be on PlayStation 6.
Yeah.
It's going to look just like this Nvidia stuff that everybody's mad at, you know? You know what excites me about this? You know what excites me about this? Seriously, and I know we'll get into the news, everybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like what excites me about this is like this type of thing could come to Switch and make Switch games look on par with the other more powerful consoles, especially when the next Xbox and PlayStation come out and the Switch 2 feels ancient again compared to them in terms of graphical fidelity and power and everything. It's like
but look at the reaction when the Switch 2 update just happened. And so now you could get like with the handheld part it's a boost mode.
Mm-hmm.
People started going crazy praising it and started showing games off. So why is it
I saw a lot of people being like, finally, I can play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on Switch 2.
Yeah, I see some of that. But people are giving it praise. I'm just like, this is something that's cool that NVIDIA is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're gonna hate it, fine, you can hate it. But like experience it first before you give your opinion and everything. You know, because they're trying to definitely if you're doing it on social media and you know that if you get clicks that could lead to monetary value. So you would do everything in your power to be negative so you can have people agree with you with that negativity. Because the moment they agree with you with that negativity, with that one click or with that response, that's giving money to you or adding up to where you can get money from that if you have a blue check mark and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with it. This is for all the PC players. Y'all want something to have the top tier graphics to make it look this kind of realistic, running at this frame rate, having this ray tracing, all this stuff. And if this chip is doing it, I don't know how much price it's going to be, but if it's doing it, what is the upset about?
Again, it's like, okay, we saw some, angry people on Twitter about this, right? How many people? It's like the people that argue about AI content, right? It's like at the end of the day, how many, quote unquote, normal people are going to care as long as they're entertained, right? And it's like, how many people are going to see this and be like, yes, this is what AI is supposed to do, right? It's supposed to enhance the experience that you're already having. It's supposed to like, I mean, I thought like the FIFA part of that video specifically was like, oh my gosh, this looks like I'm watching a real soccer game, and like the Resident Evil stuff looked great, the Hogwarts Legacy stuff looked great, whatever, right? But I was like, man, that FIFA looked incredible, dude. Like,
yeah,
like I literally thought they were like transitioning into like real footage back into the game, and it was just the game. There was no people. It was literally the game. I was like, man, that's really impressive, and I'm kind of excited for it. But that's just me.
It is what it is. So. Well, Corey, should we get into film news, or do you have anything to show off or anything?
I mean, I got Final Fantasy VII Remake for $23 digitally. I can't really show that off right now, but
and
I did get
boss for shirts.
I did get my final Ninja Turtle back here. I got Raph back here.
Yay!
He's here. So I don't think there's anything else really. I got a new Xbox controller. I got a green one. They were on sale.
the lime green looking one.
Mm-hmm.
I think we both got the same one then.
They were $38. So so I was like, I haven't bought it on Amazon.
Oh,
dude, I haven't bought
good.
I haven't bought a new controller since the so I bought the blue one at launch, right? Or whenever those color ones came out, shortly after launch.
Yes.
The last controller I bought was that electric yellow one that came out like a year after the console. That was the last time I bought a new controller for Xbox.
Oh, wow.
So I'm I'm due for a new controller. Like, I'm playing Marathon, I'm playing Destiny, I'm playing these, I'm getting ready for Halo and Gears later. I need to have a nicer Xbox controller to play these.
I try to look at like Best Buy to like for Xbox controllers, like try to catch them on the sale, or if I even see one at Target and try to catch a sale. Like mostly for Xbox controllers, I'm probably buying 2 or 3 per year, and everything.
What are you doing to
If
them?
they're on sale, it's just some of them are just like for backup or and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it's mostly in this because the some of the other controllers I brought were like for when during my Xbox One days. And so when I went from the original Xbox One to uh Series X, the white one,
Mhm.
uh I just like, you know what, let me get another controller just in case.
Yeah.
And then I didn't and then when Series X came out, I was just like, let me get some more controllers just for that in case.
Yeah.
And then some of the time, because I was using, like, the headphone jack, um, it kinda just stopped working. It just started having problems. I'm like, "Okay, let me just get a new controller and everything."
Mhm.
And then I switched to the headset, uh, once, so
Yeah, I feel like I should get another one, but, like, I gotta wait. I just wanna replace them both just to have some fresh ones.
mhm.
Um,
I probably won't do it till, like, the fall,
yeah, I'm sure
if
obviously,
so.
like, when all this I wanna see if there's a new 25th anniversary controller coming out too.
If it is, I'm probably gonna order it. I would
I
like to
would
order one.
if it doesn't have nasty rubber grips that, injure my hands, maybe I'll get
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But anyways, there's something else I was gonna say too, but now I forget, so maybe it's not that important.
Oh,
Guess not
wow.
important. I guess we can move on now.
Well, everybody, it's time for Family News. Corey, take it away.
Yeah, family news. Let me pull the stock up that I definitely didn't close out of. Um,
Um,
let's see. All right. So, what? What? What happened? What'd you do?
um,
Did you break something?
no, just seeing if um okay, I'll add it to Nintendo Switch Online.
What?
Something just dropped. Just went live.
What? The Gale of Darkness stuff?
Yeah.
I put that on it the other week when it was announced. I thought it was out already.
No, it just dropped today while recording.
Freaking Nintendo. Okay, whatever.
So
Uh, our first story, Edward. Um, Man, dude, there's been so much since I added stories to it earlier. Oh well. What is this? I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about stuff.
yes.
Yoshi in the Mysterious Book got a release date, Ed. No Nintendo Direct, no special cool, you know, event for it. Just a trailer, just a 2.5 minute trailer, announcing that the game is coming out on May 21st.
Mhm.
It's coming out to Switch 2. Revealed during its on Nintendo's ongoing Mario Day announcements. This charming new trailer introduces a Gloobit, a bubble spitting creature that helps Yoshi reach new areas, while also teasing fresh gameplay twists involving fruit-based interactions. Though details remain limited, the game's vibrant storybook aesthetic and light experimentation suggests a delightful new adventure for the beloved Dino. It definitely feels like a continuation of Woolly World and Crafted World, but it looks and feels a lot like they're moving back towards like the Super Nintendo game.
Yeah. And
So
it looks like they still have more to reveal. But they're just not speaking about it, and it feels like we're still got a small little portion, kind of like in the beginning of the game. I'm just like, what? This is a mystery because now I'm intrigued. What is this game going to be about? And
Yeah.
what levels and bosses do you guys have? I'm so intrigued by this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm trying to like get my son on the horse to finish Crafted World because
Mhm.
part of me is like, man, I just want to finish this and like go do the stuff. But I told him I wouldn't play without him. I mean, he probably wouldn't notice for the most part, but like, I don't know.
You're trying to stick to your word.
Trying to be a good dad. Okay,
Yes.
leave me alone.
Yes. Can't do that.
Um, let's talk about Pokemon Pokopia. There's two stories here. So the first one is it's actually the last story on this list. Why did I leave it at the bottom? Ed, why did I leave it at the bottom? I'm moving it to the top. Nobody's going to notice, but I don't care. I will. um, so Pokemon Pokopia tops 2.2 million sales in just 4 days. It made an impressive debut, surpassing 2.2 million units sold worldwide within its first 4 days on the Switch 2. Pokemon Company confirmed that 1 million of these sales came from Japan alone, with the game also topping eShop charts in regions like the US and the UK. Despite being a spin-off and a Switch 2 exclusive, its strong launch has even contributed to a boost in Nintendo's share price, which we'll get to in a second, signaling major early success for this cozy life sim. I'll read this Nintendo share price thing first, and then we'll get into this story because there's a lot to unpack here, I think.
Mhm.
The early success of Pokemon Pokopia has sparked a sharp rise in Nintendo's share price, climbing roughly 15% in just 2 days following strong sales and widespread sellouts across the US and UK. Analysts, including Hideki Yasuda of Toyo Securities, have pointed to the game as an unexpected hit that caught investors off guard, helping reverse recent downturns. With additional releases like Super Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 Edition and Yoshi and the Mysterious Book on the horizon, Nintendo appears to be regaining strong momentum heading deeper into the Switch 2 era. Yeah, so the one thing that I was actually let me back up. I think we were both on the same page of like, man, this game's going to be huge. It's
Mhm.
Pokemon meets Animal Crossing. Cozy games are bigger than ever. These life sims are bigger than ever. There's a new one like every 3 hours on the eShop, it feels like. Like, these things are huge. Like, of course, a Pokemon one's going to be huge. The thing that surprised me, though, is that the physical copies sold out. Not not because they printed too few, which is also surprising considering it's a Pokemon game, but that it's a game key card. And I thought,
Mhm.
oh, wasn't the big argument that, oh, I'm not going to buy physical because it's a key card? Well, guess what? Something over 1 million of you lied.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
that's
sold out? Are you kidding? Walmart's taking pre-orders on their second batch.
was it Amazon that was out too for a bit?
Everybody was out. Dude, everybody
Dude,
was out.
no. Amazon was
No,
mad because they jacked up the Amazon jacked up the
Amazon,
price and then
yeah.
changed it when they got it.
Yep.
But it was just like a hot topic that they jumped the price up to like 80 and then dropped it back down once they got some more in stock.
Yeah. So it's just it's so funny that it says that investors were caught off guard. I'm like, you investors clearly don't pay any attention to video games at all. Like zero attention. Pokemon plus Animal Crossing equals money. I could
And
have told you that when Animal Crossing came out.
well, people expected this game to fail because it was in the style of Animal Crossing. It was Koei Tecmo, and it wasn't what they wanted. They wanted a new Pokemon game and stuff. But then the
But they
ratings came.
announced the new Pokemon game.
Well, yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
Like,
I think people didn't realize once the reviews dropped and the reviews were super positive, and then people started be like, "Okay, let's go get this game." And it's the Fire Emblem Three Houses thing where um
by the way,
it got
shout out
great
to all the people who are showing off three houses online with that new boost mode. Just saying,
yeah.
people were showing off. It made me happy. Anyways,
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, 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 no. Uh, People started playing the game who are into the style game. And they were just like, "Yeah, I'm in love with this," because everybody started showing off their copy. Everybody started showing off their towns, and they're trying to learn on how to get the towns and stuff. And they were just like, "Oh, we see what they were going for. We misjudged this game." I'm like, "You always misjudge." There are going to be people who misjudge Nintendo games, and then when they finally play it, they be like, "Oh, I see
Yeah.
what you guys went for. Okay, I get it."
Yep. So, good for them.
Yeah.
Good on them. I'm glad this game found success. I I kind of want to play it. The Ditto Kid scares me, but that's for a different day, I guess.
And
Uh,
and I'm sorry, this is going to just lead us to another Pokemon franchise, and Kobe Tecmo is going to be doing the second one. This is the thing with it. This is the thing with Kobe Tecmo and Nintendo. It's not as much as they have done with Platinum and success that Platinum had allowed Platinum to sell, and do the numbers that they do and be noticed and recognized. Koei Tecmo and Nintendo has had a certain consistency that you cannot believe. Yes, you can say whatever about Metroid Other M, but you cannot deny Hyrule Warriors and what that series led to with all these Warrior games. You cannot deny the mad crazy success of Three Houses for Fire Emblem, and now they're doing it again. And it's just like Koei Tecmo and Nintendo, who, like, you wouldn't expect them to be a match made in heaven in a
mhm.
sense. It's just like they work so well, and like I said, you could take whatever you want to take from them, from their games and stuff, but you cannot deny when Nintendo works with Koei Tecmo, you're going to get something amazing out of them.
Mhm. Yep. So, I'm glad that they seem to have found um, their success. And
It's so funny because the shareholder thing with the Switch 2 like last month and everything was selling shares and all and whatever, and now this game is a banger of a sale, and now shareholders are just like, "Oh, we didn't know." Like, yeah, that's that's how things work sometimes for Nintendo.
yeah, good for them. Good on you. So,
Yes.
uh, sorry, I'm trying to fix something here. That is broken.
I know Imma see a lot of that at PAX East.
Oh, dude, you better
Definitely.
build, dude. Pokemon's gonna be so huge at PAX. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's. I mean, dude, that game with between Pokemon Red and Green, and
So good, dude. I've been playing that almost every night.
you know what I mean. Like, there's gonna be so much that's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. I mean, wait till the new Pokemon game comes out. That's gonna be nuts.
Next year,
Yeah.
if Beast of Reincarnation is any indication that that game is gonna be an amazing game, I could just see them go crazy with Pokemon, Wind and Wave next
Mhm.
year.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Let's move along here. Let's move on to Capcom, Ed. As if the
Yes.
success of Resident Evil 9 wasn't enough. The Pragmata demo has surpassed 2 million downloads ahead of the April launch. Uh, Capcom has announced that the demo for its new IP, Pragmata has now exceeded 2 million downloads across all platforms, alongside reaching 2 million wish lists. The milestone highlights growing interest in the mysterious sci-fi title, following an earlier update that placed downloads at 1 million. While it remains to be seen how this momentum will translate into sales, the game did move the release date up to April 17th instead of April 24th. So 1 week. They moved it up 1 week. Yeah, man. I mean, people seem to be liking this too. Capcom can't miss, man.
They have been on. Well, this is the funny thing, because when PlayStation had their State of Play and they got the demo, because I think State of Play happened first before Nintendo got their demo, I believe.
I think they came out at the same
Or
time.
probably.
I don't
No,
remember,
I
man.
think they, I think.
Capcom is everywhere all the time. It feels like Resident Evil was everywhere, except Capcom's really been pushing the Nintendo Switch stuff, but that's
which is making me think that a lot of the, kind of the marketing and a lot of the good press and sales have been because they've been marketing a lot through Nintendo. And no disrespect to Sony or Microsoft, and everything. Like I keep seeing a lot of pragmatic stuff on Nintendo Live, or when they're talking about it, like it's the Switch 2 version is the one that everybody keeps showing that they're talking about when it comes to the demo and stuff. Because I finished the demo last week and I'm like, okay, I get the gameplay. Oh, this is super fun. Yeah, this is gonna be major. And I'm like, this feels good on Switch, definitely with the Pro controller. Um, I need to download it for Series X. I want to see how it plays there, or how it runs, I should say. Um, but yeah, it's just like when you see Pragmata, which is a new IP for Capcom, it's literally been a lot of Nintendo stuff.
Yep.
You know,
I mean, good for Nintendo getting on the third party horse at this point, right? Like it feels like they are always behind in that area, and now
Mhm.
they're, you know,
I kind of feel bad for Monster Hunter Stories 3 though, and everything. But I think we'll find more news
yeah,
about
but
that later on.
I feel like Monster Hunter people, because it's like number 4 on the eShop.
Yeah,
So like it's not like it's selling terribly. It's just I feel like they weren't pushing that as much as Resident Evil at this point. You know,
yeah.
it's out already, right? It came out last Friday.
Last week, yeah, it's out.
I I do wonder if they should have just waited, but again, I don't know.
Well, let's see. So after Pragmata comes out, I think Onimusha is next. That is the next one that I know. I mean, besides like DLC stuff, but like for games, I think Onimusha is supposed to be the next one, because then everything they like major big that they announce will be out. Um, you know, they won't all be out on Switch too, but I could see Onimusha, the new Onimusha game coming out for Switch too. I think definitely with the sales of Requiem, we'll see Pragmata and probably Monster Hunter Stories 3. I think Capcom is, and probably Street Fighter 6 also. I think Capcom will be like, yeah, we need to get this game on Switch 2 and give it some good marketing, because if we're hitting 2-3 million sales, definitely a Pragmata hit a 2-3 million sale number or 5 million sale number due to the fact that it's a new IP. That's good
I
money
mean,
for Capcom.
I would expect, man, I know that it also depends on how long the game is and how much they spent on it, right? But obviously
Mhm.
it's I mean, if it's Japan making it, right? I mean, their budgets are lower just because their employees get paid less, right? It's not like they get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know. Uh,
Right.
but at the same time, it's a new IP. Capcom's riding high. I would say 1.5 million would be a success for them for Pragmata in the first month and a half, first month, whatever. So I don't know.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people are excited for Pragmata though. Like it seems very uncharacteristically hyped for a new IP, you know. But I mean, they're riding high on Monster Hunter and Resident Evil success, and um, Capcom literally cannot miss right now. So I
Mhm.
mean, even their Dragon's Dogma 2, you know, wasn't a bad game. you know, People seem to clearly like the first one more, but like I think from all accounts, it wasn't a bad game. So like they still can't miss. You know, I don't know. Capcom is doing good work.
Yeah. It it's like I said, Capcom has a history of having their ups and downs, but they literally have been on a roll. And I think just with these downloads, that's good promise because it could lead to 2 million sales of a new IP for Pragmata. And don't forget, this game has been in the works since the game was announced for PlayStation 5 before they even showed the PlayStation 5 system.
Yeah, because everybody thought it
That's
was
state of the
Kojima's new game because of the
yeah.
astronaut guy
I
looked kind of like
I
the.
I literally thought it was, Vanquish too. I'm like but then didn't realize the engine and the style was I'm like, "Oh, this is Capcom, okay." And then the game kept getting delayed, so they've been investing money, so they could be making their money back and then some,
Mhm.
um, and everything. So, like, this is good news to hear.
Yeah. Congratulations, Capcom. Let's hope Onimusha and Mega Man keep the train rolling in whatever the next Resident Evil remake is,
Yes.
which by all accounts is either Zero or Code Veronica.
Because
So,
I do kinda wanna see the next Monster Hunter game for, for Switch.
dude, I'm telling you, Monster Hunter World or Wilds is coming to Switch too. I'm telling you, it is.
That would be so
I'm telling you, it's coming. I know people will scoff at that and want to roll their eyes, but like, dude, the way these games are scaling and the way like they can run, dude, Resident Evil Requiem runs at 360p on the Switch 2 and is upscaled to 1440p through the Nvidia stuff, and nobody noticed, right? Unless you're like paying attention because of the AI upscaling. You're telling me you
Mhm.
can't run that game in Monster Hunter at like 480p and upscale it to, let's say, 900p or 1080p and have it run at 30 frames a second and be fine? Like that sounds like an Ed statement, by the way. I feel like I just made an Edism, an
Probably. Oh,
educated Edism.
no, but I'm not denying that probably will happen. I expect it to probably happen. I just feel like I think the Monster Hunter team with stories coming out that might kind of take the place, but I think I kind of feel
Yeah,
like
but Monster
I don't.
Hunter Stories isn't a real Monster Hunter game, right? I mean,
True,
I
true.
and I don't want to take anything away from that game. I just mean like it's literally a story-based JRPG. It's not their live service. Let's go out and hunt monsters to build craft stuff, right? Like,
Yeah. I think it's because I'm still in a mindset, Monster Hunter World had Xbox and PlayStation. Switch got Monster Hunter Rise, that dude that did
right, but the
banging numbers.
Switch 2 is on par with these other consoles. And I think
Yes.
I think Capcom of all companies have proven that like, oh, less power. Oh well, we'll make it work, and they've made it work, you know?
Yeah. But
Capcom is
I
clearly here to support the Switch with their modern games. This
mhm,
feels like this feels like that era when companies were like going out of their ways to make separate Wii versions of the game almost.
yeah,
Remember like man, The Force Awakens or Force Awakens. The Force Unleashed was like the one of like, this is a totally different game on the Wii, right? Or Ghostbusters was another one that was like, this isn't even the same game. The art style is different. The game is different, which was fine. I think the Wii one was probably the better of the two versions, but like this feels like that point where companies want to get away from that. And the way the industry is in 2026 with AI and engine scalability and just the sheer and like the brain power of these engineers, especially at Capcom, or some of these other companies, obviously, but like Capcom is hitting. Capcom knows what they're doing. They are here to support the Switch. Clearly, they ported 3 Resident Evil games over already. Street Fighter's here already. A Monster Hunter Stories 3 is here already. Like, they're here to support this thing with games they're making now. They're not going to make these spin-off titles anymore, I don't think.
Well, I think the thing, it was just like with Monster Hunter, it was this version of the game on Xbox, PlayStation. This version of the game is on Switch. This version of the game now is going to be back on Xbox, PlayStation. The next version is going to be on Switch. But now that all may change, because since Rise also came to PlayStation and Xbox, we're now expecting World to come to Nintendo, because that's what happened with Rise. We gave you this exclusive. Let's get y'all 2 multi-platform games and put it on Switch. So now that with the next Monster Hunter that comes out, if you're going to do it, it should be for all 3 platforms and PC and everything. But if Capcom doesn't do it, or they still have this flip-flop way, then whatever the next real Monster Hunter game should be exclusively for Nintendo for a year or whatever. And then if you want to port it to the other platforms, do that.
Here's the thing, and
if that is their business plan.
I don't know how the game runs on Steam Deck, which is probably like, I feel like that's the easy comparison of like, oh, does this game run on Steam Deck, or how how bad does it run on Steam Deck? So I that would be like, okay, well, if this game can run on Steam Deck, it could probably run on Switch too, right? Like, that's,
yes.
I look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth also that way, right? Where like, oh, this game was chugging on the PlayStation 5. It's like this game needed a PlayStation 5 Pro to run properly, but yet here we are getting ready to play it on the Switch 2, and it seemingly is perfect by all accounts in terms of the way it runs at 1080p 30. I don't know. Maybe I've got the wishful thinking glasses on, Ed, but like, I feel like Nintendo has finally found a place where they can say, we caught up to the others, and we can not only run these games, but we can, they're literally scaring Sony into making a handheld, so, not intentionally, but you know what I mean? Like, they have made these companies reconsider making handhelds and like how you play your games and where, and like, they've gotten the jump start on it, and people have purchased their digital libraries on these things. And it's like, okay, well, am I going to buy a PlayStation 5 handheld? Maybe, but like, I've already got all these games on the Switch, and how many people really care,
Yeah. Whew. We'll see in the future.
Getting excited. Anyways. Whew, I got a lot of energy tonight, Ed. Feeling good. I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? Feeling good. You know who's not feeling good, Ed? I guess we'll have to have one negative story here for Capcom. I'm sorry, we have to. But the voice actor for Mega Man from Mega Man 11, Ben Diskin, has confirmed that he will not return in Mega Man Dual Override, citing the lack of a union contract as a deciding factor. Despite assurances from Capcom regarding AI protections, Diskin stated that he could not risk working without enforceable safeguards and growing industry concerns around generative AI and job security. His departure has drawn strong support from fans and fellow actors like Yuri Lowenthal, who famously voices Spider-Man in the PlayStation 5 games and various other games, as uncertainty remains around who will take over the role ahead of the game's 2027 release. I mean, it's I think there's at least creatively, there's going to have to be a lot of kind of agreements, and I think you're going to see a lot of standoffish type of things against AI creatively,
Hmm.
um, especially when it comes to actors. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but the Arc Raiders, the CEO of the company that makes Arc Raiders, I can't Embark, that's what they're called, right? Embark, um, has said that they have started replacing their AI voices with human voices because they're just better. Which, look, in a year or two, maybe they won't be, but I think obviously now human voices are better than AI voices. I don't know if you've ever heard an AI voice, Ed, but um, it's fun.
Yeah,
Um,
you. I heard
when I
it.
order at Taco Bell.
So
uh,
I when I order at Checkers, I get like an AI voice, taking the menu, and it does sound robotic, but like you have sent me clips of AI, um, stuff, of voices and everything, like a secretary and everything, and you kind of hear it and stuff. You be like, okay, that is AI because it still has that robotic sound to it
mhm,
where a human voice could give you different emotions. They could change their tones. Um, they could do different things that some AI just cannot do. And everything,
yeah,
and even with the retakes and stuff, they could always make it, with a real life voice, you can make stuff more iconic and memorable. Just think of Ryu's Hadouken if it was a AI voice. People be like, "Huh? That sounds stupid." Um, but, like, hearing, hearing a human voice doing Hadouken is, now it's kinda sound better. I mean, yes, it was in a sense, I wonder if it was a chip. It was kinda chipped or something, when the 16-bit Street Fighters was done because they didn't have, like, voice stuff kinda like that,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, it's gonna take some time to flesh all this out. I think. I mean, at the end of the day, I think AI is a good tool to become more efficient. It's. I don't. First of all, it can't be the answer because AI relies so much on human activity, whether it's writing or creating or, doing specific types of work, right? Like the AI doesn't learn if it doesn't have anything to learn from, right? So humans need to be involved. But I do think, like, in terms of becoming more efficient or, you know, because the one thing we need is more games and in a shorter amount of time. But I think it would benefit some companies of like, oh, instead of 5 years, with this AI tool, we can maybe get it out in 3.5, and turn it around a little bit. Or like, hey, I think a lot of the criticisms of games today, right, is like take God of War, for example, right? The
Mhm.
God of War to God of War Ragnarok. There's a lot of reused animations and a lot of reused assets. And I mean, even Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, compared to Breath of the Wild, it's like a lot of these animations are used in both games. A lot of the voice acting is used in both games. A lot of the, weapons and assets are in both games. And it's like, well, yeah, because it saves time. Anuma said that before Breath of the Wild even came out, right? They said, I imagine we're gonna make at least 1 or 2 more games in this world because we spent all this time building this engine and this world, and
Yeah.
it would be a waste to, build this world in these systems to not utilize it for 2 or 3 games, for a decade or more, and it's like, well, yeah, that totally
And
makes
and
sense because of
and we
how
have
long these
4
games take.
games out of
Well, I mean, there's 2 proper Zelda games, right? Obviously,
well,
there's
yeah.
the Hyrule Warriors games, right, that take place in this universe, but, like, the 2 kind of standalone games, which makes me wonder, like, okay, yeah, are I I'm still not convinced we're leaving this version of Zelda and Link behind. I'm not convinced, Ed. Like, will we leave Hyrule behind? Yes. Will we leave these versions of these characters behind? I'm not sure. I really don't know. And I'm telling you, man, I really don't know if we're gonna leave them behind. I think people love these games so much that, like, if you change these characters out now, people would be like, "Oh, I miss them." But that's a conversation for a different day.
But
But
I
I
think
think
I think they could, because if they so we got 2 games, and 2 side games. If they still wanna use this world, definitely with the Switch 2, Anuma and the team probably is gonna be like not Marvelous, the Xenoblade team, um,
Monolith.
Monolith, yeah. I don't know why Marvelous came to my mind. Monolith Monolith is probably just
We're
like,
gonna talk about Marvelous later, Ed. Not in a good way.
uh-oh. Monolith probably, with them working on whatever their next IP is or wherever game is, they probably learned the Switch 2. I'm not talking about port and stuff and everything, but they probably got something ready to go, build up from the hand up on Switch 2. And with the tools that they learned from making games for Switch 2, I could see them rebuilding this style of Hyrule and giving us one more game and just be like, "Oh, y'all terraform." I'm like, "It's still the same name, but y'all terraform this world." Um, so now there's more hidden stuff that we didn't know about.
Yeah, I do think people would be disappointed going back to this version of Hyrule. Like, I think the stuff they added was neat, but I
Mhm,
think that was already a criticism of Tears of the Kingdom, is that they just added to the world that already existed, right? Which in theory makes sense, right? But, like, also, we're used to getting new worlds every Zelda game, but I don't know.
mhm.
We could have that discussion on an expansion pass or something. I'm not prepared to have that discussion right now, but, like,
I want to table this one until we see the next Zelda.
I mean, it could be closer than you think, Ed. Also, there's a episode right after Breath of the Wild came out, based on that Anuma interview, by the way.
Yeah.
That was called "A Breath of the Wild sequel could be closer than you think," and then it didn't come out for like 5 years. I'm like, nope, just as far away.
But that
Man,
was with delays. But I think
I know,
we
but it made me laugh. It makes me laugh, the things that we talk about, and then, like, the things that don't happen, right? Like,
Mhm.
we talked about Xenoblade's next, or Monolith's next game not being a Xenoblade game, and then they put out 2 more Xenoblade games. So, um,
Definitely me. I'm guilty because I'm
and
just like, no,
DLC.
because I'm just like, no way they're gonna put out Xenoblade 3. They said they're working on their next IP and they're hiring for their next IP.
And they still
I'm
are,
like,
apparently. I don't know if you
and
saw
they're
that rumor
just
floating around, but
uh-uh.
uh, yeah, apparently they're hiring for open world action RPG. It's
Well
set
shoot,
in a new world. It's like
well, dude, they still gotta
a
fix
new world,
they gotta
and they
fix the update.
and their composer just wrapped a project that they were working on for like 2 years, and, like, all these things. This is exactly what happened right before Xenoblade Chronicles 3 got announced, though, by the
Mhm.
way. So I do wonder if we're going to get a new Xenoblade game soon, or a new Monolith game.
We had to get a new Monolith game. It's even though Xenoblade 3 is like top tier, like that, oh, the game was so good. Um, they gotta give us something new. They gotta get away from the Xeno stuff. They gotta get away from the Zelda stuff and be like, okay, Monolith Soft, show us
Hmm.
what more can you do? You can do RPGs. I have no problem with that. Give us something new.
Hmm. Yeah. Um. By the way, now that that boost mode is out, maybe I can finally play Xenoblade. I was waiting for the Switch 2 versions of these games now because Xenoblade
Mhm.
Chronicles X got a Switch 2 version, but I'm like, well, if they got a boost mode, then maybe I'll just use
Well,
the
that's
boost
why I
mode.
said they gotta fix that update.
Yeah.
So,
Good times, huh?
yes,
Good
yes,
times.
yes.
All right, let's move along here. The last news story we have here, Peggy is cracking down on loot boxes with major ratings overhaul. Peggy is the European Gaming Ratings Board. They introduced sweeping changes to its age rating system, targeting loot boxes, microtransactions, NFTs, and daily login mechanics, with stricter classification starting in June of 2026. Games featuring paid random items like those found in EA Sports FC 26's Ultimate Team mode will now default to at least a PEGI 16 rating, ending the era of such titles being labeled PEGI 3. Additional rules will push NFT integrated games and those with unrestricted communication to PEGI 18, while play by appointment systems will also face tighter scrutiny. The overhaul this overhaul marks significant shift towards protecting younger players from potentially harmful monetization practices.
So, I'm assuming that
First,
EA Sports would be under teen,
side
like
tangent.
teen rating? Go ahead.
When was the last time anybody even thought about NFTs?
Thank you.
That's
'Cause
all.
I was about to ask you the same thing. I'm
You
like,
know, like, and I don't even know the last time anybody even remotely thought about NFTs. The last thing I heard about was like, remember when Ubisoft like 2 years ago was talking about, oh, if you get a gun in Ghost Recon, you can take it to the Division and move it over
mhm.
to other game here, and it's like that's not happening, guys. Come on, come on, you know. Uh, anyways, sorry, I just that was like, oh my gosh, what's happening?
I when they said NFTs, I was just like, just like what you said, Corey. I'm like, who the heck is thinking of that? Hopefully they've been dead for what, 2, 3 years?
I mean, hopefully, right? I mean, but I don't know, man. It's
So,
NFTs.
uh, so is this supposed to be prevent games for younger players and stuff?
Well, it's like, I mean, that Overwatch went through this when it first came out, right? Of like, oh, well, this game's rated T for teen or whatever. But like loot boxes were, and then like that's why Fortnite started selling battle passes so they wouldn't have to go through this stuff, right?
Mhm.
Because if people remember, they didn't always have a battle pass. They had those things called loot llamas, which were basically like they looked like pinatas, and you like swung at them to break them open, and you got the items that were inside. Like that was like the thing. They made a Lego set out of it. Like it's not like that's why like llamas are still kind of like the de facto mascot of Fortnite. Is like
Mhm.
the loot llama was the thing, and so once their battle passes came out, obviously that became the bigger thing. But um, it's I don't know. I think this is a good thing. I think loot boxes just need to go away in general. I think the battle pass is the happy medium, right? Where like, oh, we can work towards these things. We pay them 10, $15 every 3 months or whatever, and we get these things, item store, yes, theoretically you could make more money, but I think people have gotten the hint of like, I don't like buying random stuff, you know. So save
Yeah.
that for your mobile garbage. So
I yesterday, I was looking up AI slop, and I just kept
God.
getting I kept getting videos of what it is, but I have not seen, like, a playthrough or games that represent that term. So
Why would you look that up? Why would you
I'm
do that
gonna
to
try to
yourself?
because I kinda wanna see what games is AI slop. I know the term, I see the word, but I'm like, I wanna see someone have a playthrough
Just
of
go on
some
the
AI
eShop.
slop
Every
games.
third game is AI slop.
But
It's fine.
every third game may be some
And
hentai game.
I mean, look, you got an awesome new game, you got an indie game, you got anime hentai slop, and you got AI slop. There you go. Those are your 4 Switch categories. No more genres. Real games, indie games, AI slop, hentai games.
Hentai games.
Oh, anyways, man, I've said hentai more tonight than I really cared to, but guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. Ed, expand on
Yes.
this Peggy thing. I need to step away for a moment if you catch my drift.
Okay. So yes, everybody. This Peggy thing, it seems weird. I know that the same thing, well, not so much happening here, but I know the Attorney General and or the AG in New York is trying to do something about the loot box things. But I don't know why loot box stuff or microtransactions would affect our rating for it. You know, if a lot of parents don't have their credit card in the system, but some parents might, you know. Um, it's really weird that, they would go ahead doing something about this. I don't know if it's bad in Europe by people buying, a lot of microtransactions or loot boxes. I don't know how bad it has got it in Europe. But like there's barely any kind of loot box discussion happening here in America. I know it was bad because EA was doing it a lot. And I know around that time there was a lot of talk about it, but like the loot box discussion and microtransaction discussion kind of fitted out for a while. So it's very interesting to see that it has come up in this series, with this new story about the Peggy Raiders board doing it. Will it affect sales of games? I highly doubt it. Because I think it's still gonna be still the content that's in the game and not the microtransaction. So even if, you know, like Madden gets and stuff, a team, they'll still probably buy it for their 7 or 9-year-old because it's a sports game. Um, they won't worry about the microtransaction. They would just be like, it's a Madden game, it's a football game or a soccer game in Europe and stuff. Um, they probably won't even care about the microtransaction stuff, even if it has that team rating. I'm like, it's not really violent or anything. It's a sports game. It's just a microtransaction helped give it their rating. So, um, uh, yeah, how the loot box thing will play out, we'll just see how this will roll out when June comes. Um, it may that rating may not affect the sales of the game, and they Peggy and them can't say nothing because if they say that, hey, you gave us a rating, it got microtransactions, what now? Because we did everything that we were supposed to do. We got our rating. We can still put it on the shelves to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
I was just saying that the word loot box is kind of like faded out for a while because you don't really hear that term
I mean, you don't.
that many.
Yeah, you really don't hear it anymore. So, which look, it's fine with me. But
Say,
I mean, the only loot boxes I see, quote unquote, are like are the hero orbs I pick up in Fire Emblem, the mobile game. So it's like, but I know what I'm getting into. It's not like I'm like, why are they charging me for characters? Even though they're not, because you can get most of them for free at this point. But
pretty much.
anyways, let's why don't we get into whatever this thing is, Pack Watch.
Backwatch, yes.
Here are the games you could buy on your Nintendo Switch or Switch 2 this week, Ed. And let me
Ooh.
spoilers. All the good games came out in the last couple weeks or are coming out in a couple weeks. Just so you know. Dead Zone Rogue. $44.99 for the deluxe edition bundle, and $24.99 for the regular edition. It is on sale right now. I don't know what the sale price is. I forgot. I didn't write it down, so it doesn't matter. Dead Zone Rogue is a roguelite FPS in space. Blast through swarms of hostile machines, combine powerful augments and elements to forge your build and grow stronger with each run solo or in co-op.
I will.
Go
I will say that Roger is playing this. He acts
like-
on Blue Side.
Like Roger, like Gamerheads Roger?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's playing it.
I'm sorry, Roger. I mean, have fun. I mean, I'm just kidding. No, it's not for me. It's roguelike. So pass. Although somebody pointed out to me that Marathon is basically a roguelike, and I'm like, you're not wrong, but also
I knew that, but was there.
But shut up. Oh man. All right. Snoopy and the Great Mystery Club is $49.99 for the deluxe edition. In case you want the deluxe edition of Snoopy's Great Mystery Club, or $39.99 for the standard edition. Join Snoopy and the gang in an all-new mystery adventure packed with charm, clever puzzles, and heartwarming friendships. Step into Snoopy's paws and detective hat as you explore the town, solve challenging cases, and uncover hidden secrets with help from the lovable Peanuts gang. Dread Delusion is $19.99. This looks like a PS1 game. I don't know if you saw this, but it looks like a first-person survival horror PS1 game. Dread XP is making this, actually. They're publishing this, which I know Boss Rush does a lot of stuff with them. So, Dread Delusion is an open-world RPG brimming with strange places and dark perils. Carve your own path through the flying continents and shattered land. Discover curious towns, unearth occult secrets, master powerful magic, and change the world through your choices. Last on 317, Flying Aces Legend of the Red Baron is $19.99 USD. So at first I thought this was another Snoopy Peanuts game coming out, because you know how Snoopy is the Red Baron when he flies his doghouse / airplane. I thought this was another Snoopy game at first, but it is not. Fly over 30 different aircraft and take on dozens of thrilling missions. Knock down enemy zeppelins and observation balloons while dodging hostile fighters. On 318, we're getting Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun. So there are 3 editions of this game. There is the Ultimate Edition, which is $53.99. The Ultimate Edition, or the regular edition, which is $39.99, and there's a $19.99 version, which is like one path of this game. I don't really understand how that worked out, but also this game is $3 right now on Steam, so if you want to not spend $50, you can buy it for $3 on Steam.
I feel like this game has been out for like a decade or so. It's super old.
Yeah, Shadow Tactics is a hardcore tactics stealth game set in Japan around the Edo period. A new shogun seizes power over Japan and enforces nationwide peace. In his battle against conspiracy and rebellion, he recruits 5 specialists with extraordinary skills for assassination, sabotage, and espionage. Great. Ed, this next one is straight up for you. Rushing Beat X, Return of Brawl Brothers, $22.99 on the eShop. The legendary beat 'em up series from Jalico returns. Master trading fighters take on a rising evil with raw strength and refined technique. Built around easy-to-use auto combos, the game lets skill players weave powerful strings for exhilarating combat. Let your fists burn and fury once more.
Yeah,
Ah,
City Connection. They had this at PAX West last year, and I didn't get a chance to play it because people were playing. It stayed being packed. But that I'm still tidying up that interview for Boss Rush. So hopefully you guys will be able to read that. But I got to talk to the president of City Connection, who purchased all of Jalico's library.
mhm,
So this is another team, another developer who worked on it, and I think City Connection is publishing it also.
mm.
Um, but yeah, I, I was do I when I seen this, I was just like, Russian B. I'm like, wait a minute, this is Marvel Turf in America. They were shocked. Shout out to everybody at City Connection games and stuff. This is the company that I nerded out, Corey, like hard nerded out with the retro history and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely one I definitely gonna pick up.
Yep. It looks cool. I thought of you immediately when I saw this trailer. I was like, man, this is an Ed game for sure.
Oh yeah. So when I seen it at PAX West, I'm just like, I need this. I actually need to get this in R type HD.
Yeah. Last on 319, Bang Bang Bandits is $39.99. Bang Bang Bandits is an on-rails party shooter for Nintendo Switch, including a 2026 Nintendo Switch 2 edition developed by Nippon Columbia. Players use Joy-Cons as handguns to shoot colorful Gooman characters across 12 stages with unlimited ammo. It features cooperative challenge modes, up to 4 players, and competitive battle modes. Oh boy, Ed. Here we go. Weekly updates. Here are the updates on the games you could be playing on your Switch or Switch 2 right now. Let's start out with some software updates, Ed. Some
Yes.
firmware updates, I should say. Nintendo has, dude, it's like in my house, it is cold and hot at the same time, to the point where like my nose is confused, like if it wants to run or
Mhm.
if it wants to dry up, and it's giving me this weird nasally congestion and it's bothering me. Also, there's no heater in the bathroom. Like obviously I walked away for a couple seconds because I had to
Yeah.
pee. And like we keep the door shut so the cold air, because there's a window above the shower. It
Yeah.
shuts. It's totally shut, but like, I mean,
Cold
old
air can
windows,
still
cold windows make the air come in. Dude, I opened that door. I thought I was going outside. It's so cold. It's so
Oh
cold
no.
in there. It's so cold in there.
Oh no.
Anyways, not really important. Dude, why do people listen to this show? Dude, the amount of stuff we talk about tonight, we could have been done 2 hours ago.
Corey, have you heard
I
our
know.
last
I
3
know.
episodes?
I know.
Which one? What was it last week that our episode was like close to 4 hours, or it was 4 hours? Oh
I don't
gosh.
remember anymore, dude. Let's see here. I'm gonna look it up now because you have me wondering. Hey, look, there we are. Last week was 2.5 hours.
Okay.
2 weeks ago was 3.5 hours. 3 hours and 38 minutes, actually. Dude, okay. Episode 480 was 3 hours and 57 minutes.
Oh, we was
481
cutting.
was 3 hours and 23 minutes. 482 was 3 hours and 12 minutes. 483 was 3 hours and 38 minutes. And last week's episode was 2 hours and 26 minutes.
All right.
Plus, we did 2 expansion passes in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Those were short, though. Those were short. Also, not out yet. So, okay. What am I doing? What is happening? Okay. Here are the updates to games you could be playing on your Switch and Switch 2 right now. Let's start with these firmware updates. Ed, Nintendo has released Switch 2 system update 22.0.0, introducing a new, quote, handheld mode boost, expanding game chat features, friends list notes, also supported in the updated Switch app, accessibility and language improvements, and various system stability enhancements. The boost mode is obviously the big feature for this update.
Yes.
If you haven't been paying attention to what Ed and I have been saying this podcast, 2 hours ago, the boost mode essentially plays Switch 1 games in TV mode in Switch 2 handheld mode, essentially. So everything is, much cleaner and brighter and runs better and all that stuff.
Yes.
Which is a nice feature. I'm glad that they did that. Because I think one of the big criticisms was that like Switch 1 games, especially games that Nintendo hasn't enhanced themselves, run in handheld mode everywhere, even in TV mode. So like third-party games still, some of them still run in like handheld mode on TV.
Yes.
So that's a nice feature. Good on them. The Nintendo Switch app on your mobile device has been updated to 3.3.0. Add supports for Switch 2's friend list notes, letting you add and edit reminders about friends even when away from your console, along with minor bug fixes and iOS screen time tweaks. Pokemon Pokopia is getting a new update soon for Switch 2 that will fix multiple progression bugs like the issues with Squirtle, Munchlax, and Rotom events, and improve certain requests, with the patch expected to resolve these problems for all players. Ed, Tetris 99 is celebrating Mario Day with the Super Mario Galaxy Cup from April 3rd to 7th, 2026, letting players unlock a special Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 theme by earning 100 points, just in time for the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie. Actually, this cup will actually be out after the Mario movie, but that's fine. Sega has revealed 3 more DLC characters for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds: Red from Angry Birds, Goro Majima from Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, and RL from Puyo Puyo, each with their own unique vehicle, arriving in April and May 2026, alongside 8 new tracks in the game for the game's jukebox. Capcom has launched free Mega Man Star Force and Battle Network collaboration content in Street Fighter VI, including special items, a refreshed battle hub, and teaser Drive Tech outfits, coinciding with Alex's arrival, while Ingrid is set to join later in the final Season 3 DLC fighter.
Nice.
Ed, another free Switch 2 upgrade is coming to Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered. With 1440p 60 frames in docked mode and 1080p 120 frames in handheld, a new challenge mode, and outfits with a free upgrade for existing Switch owners rolling out on March 18th, 2026, and the standalone Switch 2 version currently available at half price.
Great, because I still have my collection, my bundle collection that I got from Best Buy still wrapped up. So now I could play it in I could update them and play them in a better condition. Yes.
I love that these games are getting Switch 2 editions. Like I mean,
Yeah.
I hope every game gets a Switch 2 edition.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I hope every time like Nintendo puts out a new console, like these companies just are like, well, we'll just if you have
Upgrade
that,
it.
yeah. And this is what I was talking about, like the scalability and stuff. Like these, like the prices they charge are so arbitrary at this point. It's just like it's just a different package you're downloading. It's the same. Anyways, not important. Sega has released patch 1.0.5 for Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S on Switch 2, adding doubles mode for local and online play and fixing various bugs. Though replays from early versions will no longer be viewable. Darn. Because I want to watch myself lose at Puyo Puyo Tetris. I love
Even though you
Tetris.
just played it, even though you like the Tetris part.
Shh.
Hey, I said you like the Tetris part.
I do.
You dominated me when I can't
do.
play you. I was just like, dang, Corey, it's good.
Dude, I love Tetris. It's the perfect game.
Which I need to actually download Tetris Effect for my Switch 2 to take. So I get to listen to some bangers. I need to do that. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Fortnite is getting a new game mode, and by new game mode, I mean old game mode. Its PvE Save the World mode is going free to play on April 16th and returning to Fortnite, and will launch on Switch 2 the same day, letting players build forts, fight hordes, and earn special in-game rewards, including a hero for pre-registrants. Scott Pilgrim EX on Switch 1 and 2 has received its first major update, fixing a wide range of post-launch issues, including progression, soft locks, online multiplayer bugs, controller and input problems, and localization errors, while also adding gameplay improvements, balancing tweaks, and quality of life adjustments for a smoother experience. Oh, Ed, speaking of Marvelous from earlier, Marvelous will shut down Fashion Dreamers Online mode on March 17th, 2026, while solo mode will remain available with players to player with updates to ePoints, creative keys, and new Muse parts, photo options, and furniture. Darn. Marvelous is shutting down Fashion Dreamers Online mode. Boo. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake has received a new update, version 1.0.2.0, adding subtle but helpful improvements, including difficulty adjustments in Dragon Quest 1, faster ship movement in Dragon Quest 2, fixes for bonus items and freeze bugs, and additional travelers' tips and trees. Whew, a lot of updates this weekend. A lot of updates. But
yes,
you know what else is good? Nintendo Switch Online is getting updates, including GameCube's next game. This was announced at the Pokemon Presents. Pokemon Gale of Darkness is coming to the GameCube, NSO on Switch 2, which is awesome. And then Nintendo Music is getting Super Metroid and Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury tracks, which I think Bowser's Fury is already on there and came out yesterday, I think.
Yeah, and Pokemon Gale of Darkness is out, everybody. So you can,
nobody cares.
If you own the Switch 2 and you are a Expansion Pass member, you would get the Europe version and the American version of the game.
Great. I figured out how to hide the European versions, by the way.
You could do that?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh.
Dude, when I found it, I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. There's like when you go into the sort menu, there's an option that says you can either hide the ESRB versions or the PEGI versions or whatever they are in that mode. And it's like, well, I'm going to hide the non-American versions because, well, you know.
I leave that up to if you want to do it.
I did. And it was great. I felt so good. It felt better than actually beating Fire Emblem.
I will leave that discussion to someone else.
Ed, did we get any questions in Discord?
No, we did not.
Lame. No, I'm just kidding. It's time for Question Block.
Question Block.
Remember, you can always submit your question to the podcast on social media, in our Discord, in the comments on YouTube, or you can just email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. The link is in the show notes. So you can just click it and send a question.
Yes.
We have 3 questions, Ed. We have one from Twitter. Tex, I think it says Tech Specs. T3X5PEX _1313 via Twitter. I don't know where these people get their names, man. It's spelled with like letters and numbers, and it always confuses me. It breaks my brain. I didn't mean to make fun of your name, by the way. I just it threw me off. Anyways, hey guys, long time, first time. I love my Switch 2 and my Steam Deck, but I have to say the Switch 2 outperforms it by a long shot. What has me even more excited about the future of Switch 2 is the DLSS 5 showcase from NVIDIA this past week at GTC. For those who don't know, NVIDIA GTC is NVIDIA's big kind of annual conference where they show off their new technologies and graphics cards. And this year, the last few years, has been all about AI and stuff.
So it was going during the week with GDC, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's this week. It's happening now. GTC
It's happening
is
now.
this
Okay.
week. Yeah.
Is this
the
week?
keynote.
Okay.
The keynote was Monday morning. The second keynote was today, so Tuesday morning, and then the event runs through the rest of the week, I think.
Okay.
A bunch of people that I work with are there, so covering the event. Not for games, obviously, but for
the technology
purposes. So, let's see. Do you think Switch 2 will have the capability have this capability in future updates? Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Thanks. So we talked about this a little bit earlier in the show, but I actually think like this stuff, it's funny because like a lot of people were complaining about it and making their own memes, and NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang came out and actually like replied and said, "This is not what it does. You guys are taking it all wrong," essentially, right? Because they were like, taking these cartoony games and putting like realistic looking faces on them and stuff. It was kind of funny. I get it, but also like clearly this isn't what it does. But like I thought the Resident Evil 9 stuff was super impressive, like really impressive. I thought the FIFA stuff was really impressive. What was the other game they showed off during that? I forget. But they showed off so much stuff that was really impressive, and I don't know if the Switch can handle it. I don't know like what's required like tech wise. I didn't really look it up to see, but like Switch runs on NVIDIA stuff, and I imagine that NVIDIA can make this stuff run to varying degrees, depending, right? So I don't know, man. I'm of the mind that like it sounds cool, it looks cool. Like I think there could be some really interesting things come out of this.
Hold on, Corey. Keep going.
Okay, Ed is muting himself. I think like especially the stuff that they were showing off with Resident Evil was so impressive. Like it made Grace look like a totally different character, and I think in a good way. Like it made a lot of the stuff they were showing was like hyper realism and super realistic, but like there was also stuff that just like basic lighting effects was so like it made everything look so nice. And
yeah,
I think I think this technology could be really cool. So I don't know. What did you think of this stuff, Ed? I sent you the video, right?
I mean, I seen it on Twitter and
Yeah.
everything. So I seen it on social media. And it looks really, really cool. I don't think Nintendo would get it. Because I'm assuming okay, so they have a custom chip made from NVIDIA, correct? I believe for Switch 2.
They what? What'd you say? Sorry, I was looking for the video.
Oh, they have a custom chip for Switch 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder, because I'm just like, if they do an update, they would have to send it to Nintendo to do the update, correct?
Yeah, I mean, this would come through some sort of firmware update, I would assume.
I think once it rolls out, I think they're gonna do PC first. If it does come to Switch 2, I don't think we would get it till almost at the end of the year.
Well, I mean, this isn't coming out now. This is what they showed off was PC. So like all this stuff will be on PC first. If it comes to Switch or not, I think that's a different conversation. But
that's why I say that's why I said that if they do decide to bring it out for Nintendo, like if they bring it out this year, it won't be until later, because like they're showing this stuff on PC and what it could do. You can make your games look more realistic, and everything, so that developers don't have to spend much money and time in making games look this more detailed and everything. if this software can help refine it and make it look really good, and if like this would be a big thing for Nintendo. Like they could really benefit off of using this, and if it doesn't, take a hit on the hardware, um, we could actually start seeing more beautiful games definitely on the go. Like if they could do this, if this could run on Switch 2 and be, of course, in dock mode, it works perfectly fine, but they go still also do it on handheld. Man, just think about how many third party games would benefit it. Now, would Nintendo benefit off of it with their games? Probably so. It would
Mhm.
be very interesting. But I think once it releases for PC, if they decide to bring it out for Switch 2, I think it won't come down to later on in the year and something. And also, just if Nintendo, does another Switch version of Switch 2, a Switch 2 Lite or Pro or whatever, this could be included from the get-go. So this could also bring out more sales. It may cost a little bit more, but people will probably still be able to will still go out and buy it. If not, then I could see something like this, once it has all its updates and everything, I could see this being on Nintendo's next console, you know?
Yeah.
And if like if this helps games look better, um, graphically, then yeah. And everything's just all smooth transitions and stuff. Yeah, do it. Go for it.
Yeah, I also think that, like, especially with, you know, games like older games that maybe haven't aged as well as people would like them to have aged.
Mhm.
This almost, and we were talking about it in the vein of like the possibility of PlayStation 3 games coming to PlayStation 6, right? But like this is
Yeah.
like almost like an instant remaster, you know. The things you would have to do to the game graphically would be very minimal. You would only really have to make sure the engineering under the hood to make the games run, you
Mhm.
know, at a consistent frame rate that you would like it to run at, whether it's 30 or 60 or whatever. Like I see this stuff, like, obviously Nvidia is very PC heavy, and like Switch 2 use Nvidia stuff, but like
Yeah.
will AMD follow suit and do something? Will Intel do something? Obviously not the same thing, but something to move this type of technology along. Obviously, PlayStation's PSSR 3 will definitely be doing this. Like they
Right.
probably saw this after the release of PSSR 2 and are like, "Oh, um
Mhm.
back to
But
work."
but let me tell you, that's a good question. Speaking about Intel and AMD, AMD, yes, would do something. Intel, I don't know because they
Well, I mean,
make
they do different things, right? I mean, they in
and
terms of the technology, like they
yes,
I know what I'm saying. I can't get it out because
get
it's
the
like,
word because I think Intel has their own way of doing it, and I would be like, okay, let's see what you do. AMD may Will AMD be able to do it better or do it the same? I don't know, but they will do it. Because it
well,
right now,
PlayStation and Xbox are both using AMD, so they're gonna have to they they I mean, especially Xbox because they're doing the backwards compatibility thing, right? Like
yes,
it's like, well, AMD's got to do something interesting with this because they are 100% doing
because
backwards compatibility. So
AMD also have their own custom chip for Series X, I think, right? Or
yeah, well, they run on like the reason why Microsoft chose AMD again is because of the engineering aspect of it. So they wouldn't have to
Mhm.
re-engineer the next Xbox entirely to do backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
So I don't know. That was like the big thing for Switch when like the Wii U was on AMD. And Nintendo ran on AMD since the GameCube, I think.
Yes.
And they switched to NVIDIA for the Switch because they made a better proprietary mobile device chip.
Because I think AMD was doing that a lot for consoles. Besides PlayStation 3, because
I mean, they've been with Xbox since day one. They've been on PlayStation since the PS2, I want to say. Nintendo's been using them. Like,
what was PlayStation 3? Was it
Cell processor? But I
think
they were still using AMD. So
okay, because I thought they went with someone else for their chip. I know the Cell processor.
No, the Cell processor was a custom in-house thing. Sony made it themselves. So
but they still went through AMD for everything else, kind of chips. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not 1,000% sure how that worked out. Honestly, I don't really care about the PlayStation 3, to be honest. I think I like 3 games on that console. My favorite games were all PS2 remasters. So.
Everybody knows my feeling. I feel like PS3 over 360. It's so weird. PS3 over 360, Xbox One over PS4. And that's only because of the controller for Xbox One. Oh. And plus, Rise of the Tomb Raider was exclusive to Xbox before it came to PlayStation. And Rise.
Where's my Rise of the Tomb Raider Switch port? Come on, guys. All right, let's.
We hope that answered the question. We cannot, because what's going to happen is they're going to drop it on the summer, and I'll be like, "Here's my $25. Just give it to me." Now they still make it at $20, and they give me Shadow at $20 also. Yeah, let me get that bundle.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. All right, Ed. Our next question.
Oh, hold on before you go, because I'm sorry. Rise and Shadow with this DLSS 5 on Switch 2 will probably look insane. If they could get it to Series X,
dude, it already looks good on Series X. Like,
but if it could get to that level,
it makes me so sad that she's not playing Lara Croft anymore. Like, no offense to this new actress, I don't know who she is or anything, and ultimately I really don't care. But I really enjoyed her performance as Lara Croft, and I did.
The voice was phenomenal. It was so fitting. It brought Laura to life. But yeah, if Shadow of the Tomb Raider with DLSS 5 coming to Switch 2 ever happens, and it looks that good, almost like Series X or even surpass it, oh yes, bring it. Okay.
All right.
You may go.
Sorry,
I just got happy. Dude,
You're so strange.
Dude, no, because like Shadow of the Tomb Raider and then Hellblade 2 being on Switch 2 with that, Ninja Theory is already top tier. How can you get higher than that? Come on now.
I don't have an answer for you. You know what I do have, Ed? More questions.
I know.
Next question from
come on,
Rossetti Eddie. I'm just going to keep reading. I'm just going to keep interrupting you. Rossetti Eddie via email. Hello, Elite Block agents. I'm a huge fan of the show. I found it when I bought my Switch 2. A lot of people started listening to this when they bought their Switch 2, as I'm noticing.
Yeah.
And the host name is Eddie, too. So cool.
Yes.
My favorite video game series ever is Resident Evil, and playing 7, 8, and 9 on the Switch 2 was so surreal. Do you think the remakes of 2, 3, and 4 will ever come over? Corey, would you be more inclined to play them on Switch 2? Looking forward to your thoughts on the series' future on Nintendo.
So,
I mean, yeah, these games will ultimately make their way over at some point.
But I don't think so just yet, unless they bring it in the fall.
Not like today, but like they will be on Switch 2 by the end of the year.
Yes, I do feel like Capcom will do it. I think Capcom is trying to get all of their past games that they announced out first, and then I think 2, 3, and 4 will come. Since all of those been remade, I think if they announce Resident Evil 0 remake, then these 3 games would come along with that. Or even they do the Resident Evil remake and announce that, then they'll drop 1, 2, 3, and 4 because you'll have, um you'll have, technically 1 to 3 is supposed to be the Tank Control trilogy. Um, and then 4, 5, and 6 is supposed to be the action trilogy, over the shoulder action trilogy, where 7, 8, um, and part of 9 is the first person trilogy. So I think if we get a remake announced of 1 or 0, then 2, 3, and 4 will show up.
Yeah.
Because Capcom is agreeing with the Resident Evil series. They treat it just like the Final Fantasy series with Square.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like these games will just come out randomly through like a Nintendo Direct or something. Be like, well,
Mhm.
when when the perfect timing for these things to come out would be, is when those amiibo come out,
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
because then you can scan the amiibo to like, and you can scan it in 2 and 4 to get Leon's Resident Evil 9 costume, or like you can dress up. Who's in 3? Rebecca,
Um, Jill Valentine.
Jill. God. Uh,
Or is it no, it's Claire Redfield.
no, it's not Claire. Claire's in 2. Either way, you can get great Grace's costumes from 9. You can be as Jill or
Mhm.
Claire or whatever, right? Like you can get those costumes in there. So
What they do to Pragmata,
look,
uh, uh, amiibo, and you can just have Jill running around in the blue coat.
like a big blue snuggie slaying zombies. Yeah, dude. No offense, every time I see that girl from Pragmata, I think she's wearing a snuggie. Every time I see that girl, I think she's like, oh, she's got a big comfy snuggie on. I want one. I mean, it's either that or like a sleeping bag with holes in it. I don't know.
Exactly.
So,
But I know this is my assumption, and I'm sorry, Rossetti Eddie. Corey would not play them. He is not
nope.
a
I've made a
fan of
promise to
spooky
play
games.
Resident Evil this year. I'm going to play them.
Are you sure?
The one that I'm, well, there's the 2 I'm scared to play are 2 and 7. Those are the 2 that are like in my mind the scariest ones.
Two remake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Here's the
just
thing.
have to just have to
I think
clarify.
we should stream Switch co-op for 5 and 6.
I want to do 5. I would
So
love to do 5, and I would buy. I have 6 on Xbox, but I would buy it on Switch and play it.
I'm telling, we need to start like co-oping games together.
Yes.
I seriously, I think we really need to start doing that, for
But you
especially
but
like
you s
when,
but you beat 5 before, right?
yeah,
Resident Evil 5.
I've beaten more Resident Evils than I actually thought. I've beaten 1, 4 remake, the DLC for 4, 5, the Leon campaign for 6.
Okay.
So I've played a lot more Resident Evil than I thought I have, but
Okay.
so, uh, what,
I know I need to finish 7. I need to play 8, and I need to play 9. I need to get 9 and play.
yeah, I'm trying to, oh man, breaking news, it feels like.
What's
Uh,
the
Mario Brothers Wonder Switch 2 edition adds Rosalina, which we knew, and Pikmin.
Hmm?
That's what Stealth is saying. Where are the Pikmin at? I don't know. I love how Toad is wearing the mask that chases you in Super Mario Brothers 2, and the Bella Bella Park key art. but I don't know. Whatever. We'll revisit that once we have confirmation on that. That feels
Okay.
um
Uh
feels something. All right. I will play Resident Evil this year. I have downloaded Resident Evil 1. So, Ed, here's the thing. I own them all up to 8. So, including Code Veronica X, the 360 port.
that game. I cannot play
So,
that game.
what I would like to do. So, here's the thing. I thought I would play them on Xbox and just play through them on Xbox. But when they announced 7, 8, and 9 for Switch 2, I was like, well, if 2, 3, and 4 end up coming over, then I might as well just wait and play them on Switch and own them all there.
Yeah.
Because I might as well just I don't know. But
and they
I will
always
play
like on sale.
Dude, they're $10 all the time. Those games are $10 all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I also own Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 on Switch. So and the 3DS version.
The one that was on the Wii U and 3DS, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, our last question here. But yes, I do plan on playing Resident Evil this year. I need to clear out a couple other games that I've started already, but I will play them maybe over the summer when it's bright outside with the lights on. Chloe K via email writes in, hey, Agent Fam. I have finally caved and decided to start my own adventure and playing the Legend of Zelda series. I've never played one before, but I know most of the series is on Switch and Switch 2 at this point. Not the best one. I had to sneak that in there. Where do I start? Any tips for that particular game? Thanks for being the most elite Nintendo pod out there.
So I do recommend playing the original The Legend of Zelda, because that is the start of, and it'll definitely help you understand why they use that as the base for Breath for Breath of the Wild in the second one. Can I think of it? For Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, my brain was thinking of something else. Breath and Tears.
Shocking.
Because the thing about it is that when you play 1, 2 is gonna be so odd. And I do recommend if you're gonna play 2, get a strategy guide or look up a strategy and use the rewind function as much as you can. Because the thing about it is that this game has a lot of warping in it for your battles, and it puts you on a 2D play. It gets annoying, very much annoying. And at least with a strategy guide, you'll know where to go and how to do things, because some of the stuff is not programmed right with the localization. So there are some
I am error.
Yeah. So, but I would say play the first Legend of Zelda. Why? To understand Miyamoto's vision, what he thought about that game. And once listen to the music, wait for the screen to go down so you can read it, and then go on your journey of playing that game. Now, you can't do the second quest after beating the first game. First version of The Legend of Zelda. The second quest is the Japanese version of The Legend of Zelda. Or the Famicom version of The Legend of Zelda. So it's kind of a mix there, but I do recommend playing the first one. If 2 gets too hard for you and you want to skip it, but go ahead and come back to it and go to The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, because that game is a very long game, definitely with its dungeons, and you will be surprised on how thoughtful the puzzles are. Trust me, that game is a classic. That's why a lot of people who look like Zinc, or not saying not they look like Zinc, you'll understand why people may dress up as Link, and talk about that game, but they don't have the pink hair because The Legend of Zelda, they had pink hair, for Link and not the blonde. He didn't, so I would, but I would say definitely play the first one, and go in, with it. There are heart containers. I'm just giving you heads up. There are heart containers, so you could use a strategy guide to find them that give you full hearts. It's not in pieces or anything. Legend of Zelda 2 is it by experience points. Because they was thinking of like Final Fantasy was kind of the thing. That's the really RPG Legend of Zelda. Traditional. Well, I won't say traditional. RPG because it has an experience system with that. Um, but then it goes back to top down, and it doesn't go to 3D to Ocarina of Time and stuff. So you don't have to play anything in the timeline or anything. But I suggest play the games that on the way that they were released. For it. When you finish Link to the Past, if you decide to play it, go ahead and do the Game Boy um one, Link's Awakening. Now I will mention this.
Love how you're giving her a whole roadmap when she asks which one she should start with.
Oh, sorry.
Which one game she should start with.
I said the Legends. I'm just letting you know she gonna go in the series and stuff. Link's Awakening on the Game Boy Color, is different than Link's Awakening on the Switch, and everything. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, The Legend of Zelda, the first one. Oh, sorry, Corey.
Anyways. So I guess it depends on what kind of game you want to ease yourself into, in my opinion. I
Mhm.
think if you want to experience 2D classic Zelda, I am not going to recommend the first game. I'm going to say start with A Link to the Past in terms of 2D Zelda classic experiences. If you want to start with the 3D game, I think you start at the beginning of the 3D era with Ocarina of Time. I don't, I think everything builds off of that, right? I think the 2D games build off of A Link to the Past for the most part, uh, and the 3D games build off of Ocarina. I would not, as much as I would say Breath of the Wild is a great starting point. It's not a great starting point for a Zelda newbie, in my opinion. Um, Plus, I think you get a lot more out of the exploration when you know certain areas and certain aspects of other Zelda games. So that would be my opinion. Would be to start with Ocarina, or A Link to the Past. If you want a modern 2D game, like a modern-ish 2D game, I actually think Echoes of Wisdom is a really nice, simple game. But again, like it's not like it is a traditional Zelda game, but it's not at the same time, right? Because like you're not using a sword and shield for the most part. You can, but you're not. For the most part, you're using magic and duplication spells and whatever. But um, I don't know. I think that that's a nice, fun, simple's not the right word, but I feel like Echoes of Wisdom is a little bit easier than most Zelda games in the 2D style. Um, I would also like a random one. I guess I would say Minish Cap is also a really fun
Mhm.
2D Zelda game. So I don't know. My opinion though is like if you want to know like where Zelda came from and kind of like built off of it, my two opinions would be A Link to the Past or Ocarina.
Yeah.
Um, the thing is like I'd say start with A Link to the Past because I feel like that's where Zelda becomes Zelda, right? Like, yes, the original is like this open world adventure mystery, you know, kind of thing, but I feel like the building blocks of what Zelda had like I mean, from A Link to the Past all the way up through Skyward Sword essentially is like all stems from A Link to the Past, in my opinion. Um, and then I know it's hard to go backwards, and at least for me, it's like really hard to go backwards. when you're starting a series, but I still think you start with A Link to the Past and then go back to the NES games. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't. I'm not great at this whole like where do I start thing. So, uh, but I do think though if you want to start with a 3D game, I think you do start with Ocarina. I think that I think that's like I don't think that there's any argument there that you should start with Ocarina. Um, I would not start with Majora's Mask.
Oh no.
I guess you could probably start with Wind Waker, although like it is stuck on the GameCube NSO and not the nice HD version that fixes the end quest and everything. But
But you still have a way to play. The only one
yeah,
that you won't be able to play is Us Link Between Worlds at
or
this
Twilight
time.
Princess, the
That
best
is
Zelda
true.
game, best Zelda game, best side character, best sidekick. Just saying, it's all in. It's
Some
all in
really,
there.
some really great dungeons in that one. The
The best
Dreidel dungeon.
dungeons.
So, no, I don't like that wind dungeon. That wind dungeon was
You're just not good at it.
that dragon took forever to beat.
Get good, Ed.
I did get good.
Get good and get me out of here.
You and your transitions.
I know.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Our
we've been
final
doing this for 10 years.
10 years. Well, just my quick final thought, everybody. Um, I would be like I keep mentioning at PAX East 2026 with Cordy, Stephanie, Brendan, and Pat. We hope to represent Boss Rush very well. Please keep up with our updates, our videos, our discussions, our articles, our interviews. We're going to try to make sure that we represent Boss Rush just right. Um, like I said, I am going to be doing a little interview with Geek Therapeutics. I don't know if I'm interviewing somebody or if they're interviewing me. Hopefully, they are interviewing me so I could talk about Boss Rush and everything. Um, and just thank you guys for the love and support. Thank you guys for the questions. Doing 10 years of this with Corey and all our amazing guests and our friends has really been meaningful to me personally. I know I will say stuff like this when we get into that episode, but just want to say thank you guys. And I cannot wait to get back from PAX East to tell you all the food I ate, all the games that I cover and play, all the discussions that I have, and hopefully a lot of stuff that maybe have not been announced for Nintendo or anything. Hopefully, we could get some scoop that it will come to Nintendo in the future or anything. If there's anything that's embargo, I'm sorry guys, I won't be able to say anything about that until it's time for the release. But hopefully. Uh, I will be able to cover that in the future once the embargo's up, depending on what it is. But yeah, just keep checking out bossfish.net, and you guys wish me the best while I'm down there. Corey, any final thoughts?
Um, just no, not really. Honestly, like all these things, just I don't know. Final thought just kind of slipped my mind after all these other things. I don't know. I know Ed. We're gonna record one more episode before you go to
Yes.
PAX, but I just hope everybody has fun and you know, uh, I feel bad that I'm not gonna be there, but um, I hope everybody has fun and gets some good content and has fun seeing each other and hopefully the next time I will be able to be there. But um, you know, PAX is always fun if you've never been. Highly recommend it if you've never been. Um, and yeah, I hope everybody has a good time. I hope there's some cool games that come out of there. I hope the Nintendo booth is worth waiting in line for 6 hours for. Uh,
uh,
yeah,
well, we have media hours, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be standing in line that full hour. Dude, do you remember last at West, everybody sprinted to the Nintendo booth and the Capcom booth
Yeah.
because Monster Hunter was there.
There. Yeah. I know for us, we had to get there because it was Link it was Zelda. Um
Yeah, and Mario Party, and what was the third game they were showing off there?
um
The third big game there. I mean, there was a lot of games in the booth, but I think there were like 3 major games there.
yeah, I forgot.
What was it? No, I don't remember.
Because I know last year, me and David, we went for Pokemon and Kirby Air Riders. Then we went to the other side because they had Final Fantasy, Borderlands. Um, they had um, Hollow Knight, um, and
Yeah,
some
I
other
forget what
games
that game
there.
was. I
Oh, and
forget what
Hades too.
man, what was that third game? I don't remember. It was something important. Gosh, I forget. So many games, dude. It's a lifetime ago, it feels like.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. So you guys can check bossrush.net, our PAX West coverage and stuff.
Mhm.
Because we were just like, dude, we got to get close to the door. Head straight to Nintendo. And then they
Yeah.
were just like, oh, no, you guys, yeah, come on in. I was just like, yes.
Mhm. So,
So,
all right, everybody out there, go have fun and play games.
yes, everybody, play games. Well, thank you for watching and or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. If you joined us live, follow and subscribe to the channel you're watching if you haven't done so already. If you're watching later on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments, whether it's on today's topics or a new idea we can discuss in a future episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a nice review as it helps us with discoverability and reach. You can support Boss Rush at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network at a tier that is right for you. You can even follow for free and gain access to all of our base shows on one feed. Thank you again for watching and or listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Bye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Francisco Santillan, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., and Fitzpatrick. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.